Well, good Friday evening / Saturday morning / wherever you are today and whatever time it is. And welcome to our big December operating crew giveaway. Joining me is the executive producer of Around the Layout podcast, Paul Cassar. Paul, good to see you, my friend.
Evening, Ray, and it's great to be here. I think it's unprecedented the amount of giveaways we're about to go through. Just amazing support from all the manufacturers in this fantastic hobby.
Oh, it's amazing the amount of support we get, not only, of course, from the operating crew and the 153 folks that are now a member of the operating crew, but also the awesome vendors that help support the podcast, help us do something like tonight. It's going to be over $3,000 worth of items that we're going to give away tonight, Paul. So just amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah. And really fortunate to have such awesome support. So couple things that we got to get to before we start rolling into this, because we've got quite a few, but Paul's going to work up the comments. Good to see Don, and we'll say hello to folks as we can. But we also want to keep this rolling because we've got a lot of stuff to give away, and we got a lot of guests joining us tonight. So we want to keep it on track and on time. A couple quick rules for the folks here. So this giveaway is for the members of the operating crew who help financially support the podcast. Very appreciative of them, and this is how we show our appreciation to them. But anybody can join in tonight and watch. And then at the very end of this show, so stay tuned all the way to the end, we're going to do a giveaway for the folks that are in the chat, whether you're a member of the operating crew or if you haven't quite signed up yet. We'll do a prize for you. And if you're sitting here thinking, boy, I really wish I would have signed up for the operating crew, don't miss out on any more giveaways. We do them every month. It's at aroundthelayout.com/crew. Sign up $3 a month. You get entered into these giveaways. Plus, you get an exclusive sticker. You get previews of upcoming shows. You get access to our Tuesday night live chat where I join every night and we chat about model railroading, prototype railroading. We give behind the scenes stuff with the show, talk about upcoming episodes, get feedback on the shows, all live. We all chat, have a great time. So great access. Again, $3 a month gets you in. If you think the podcast is worth $0.75 US quarters, not, I don't know what Australian quarters are, but US
That's
quarters,
a lot of money.
A show, then please consider signing up for the operating crew at aroundthelayout.com/crew. So again, hello everybody. Glad to see you're in here. Paul will be putting up the comments in the chat. So just a couple quick things. One is we're going to do elimination here. So if you win a prize, you will come off the wheel so that we can spread the wealth this holiday season. So we'll give everybody a chance to win at least one item or win one item. And then the other part, we love our international folks, including the guy to my right here over there. But international shipping, if it has to ship internationally, you may be responsible for partial or all the shipping going to international destinations. You will work that out with the provider of the prize who's shipping it, and they will let you know what the shipping cost is and work that all out with you. So just want to let you know that. And with that, I think we've gone over all the rules and everything else. I think it's time to bring on our first guest. I hope his audio and video are working. I see him in the bottom. Let's see if we connect with Mr. Jim Wiggin from Athearn. Oh, he's keeping us in suspense. All right, maybe we got to give Jim just a few more moments to join with us here. Let me just bear with me a moment here. Let's see if we can just check and make sure that he
We knew this show would go without a hiccup, didn't we, Ray?
Yeah, well, we did our best, but we're relying on a lot of different factors here to make sure. Um,
And while we're waiting on that, up and coming episode Tuesday night, Ray, myself, and Don speak operations on the Riverbelt line and also switch lists. So I'm looking forward to everybody listening to that on Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a great show. It was a lot of fun to do with Don, and we'll have that all loaded and ready to go for Tuesday morning our time here, which will be, I don't know, when's that? Wednesday early morning for you,
Yeah,
or something like that.
Wednesday my
Yeah.
time.
So
Yeah, correct.
yeah, so you're one day closer to getting it than I am. Or we are. Let's let Jim have a little bit of time. Hopefully he can get connected here. I'm gonna just try to bring him in one more time. And I'm not seeing Jim coming in. So we'll get back to Jim. What we do have waiting here in the background, we do have Jeremy from Rapido Trains. So
hey.
Jeremy, welcome to the show,
Hey.
and glad you were here a little bit early. It worked out perfect for all of us. So
all is well.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me just get this up. So we got to jump ahead a little bit in our schedule, but that's okay. We can figure it out. So Jeremy joins us again from Rapido Trains. Rapido, boy, you guys are the busiest in the hobby with all the stuff you guys, all the projects going on, and it's always a good time to watch you guys posting on social media, and then you've got RTTV to keep us all up to speed as well. So why don't you tell us? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying it's just every month gets busier and busier. Always just new products coming down the line.
Yeah, I didn't even put that in this thing, and I'm glad Paul Stamp mentioned it. These mystery boxes are a hit. I mean, guys were talking about it in the operating crew chat, just some of the amazing things that have come in the box. So guys have hit a home run with those mystery boxes.
I saw one the other day, and he opened up, and there was a turbo liner.
Yeah, we
mystery box. Amazing.
Occasionally we'll throw in a little extra, and that just people seem to love it. So
yeah, it's absolutely been a blast seeing that. And tell us a little bit about some of these other releases that you have going here.
Well, if I'm looking at the screen in front of me, we've got the C37s, which have just showed up in the warehouse and will be shipping very soon. Those have been a really highly anticipated locomotive project for the last, I think, 2 years. I think it was June 2022 when we announced them. And then the Pensy hoppers there. I'm not really much of a transition era guy, but those are coming soon. And Bill's put a lot of love and care into designing those, and he's the guy for that kind of thing.
Awesome. And then some gondolas as well.
More transition stuff. I believe that's Bill's project. And then up my alleys, we got the N-scale reefers here, which those have been really well received by everyone. So
awesome.
Just compliment the HO ones we put out 2 months ago.
Excellent. So yeah, a little bit of HO N-scale stuff going, and then just the releases from Rapido just seem to be coming like one after the other after another. You guys got so much going on up there.
It's like a perpetual motion machine that just keeps going faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, that's how you get that flywheel whizzing around for sure. So you guys, we've had you on the podcast. It's first time that you've been on with us, Jeremy. We've had Jordan on, and then we had Jason on. He was talking about the VIA book, and that was awesome to hear from him. And you guys getting a little bit of book publishing as well. So hands in a whole bunch of different projects and in and out of making models, which is cool. And of course, everybody knows about the restoration projects and the buses and just all the things that circle in the world of Rapido.
So many fingers and so many pies.
Yeah, for sure. But glad to have you here with us tonight as we're giving away, and this is quite a giveaway that we're talking about. So Paul mentioned earlier about Turbo Liner, and here we are again.
Yeah, it's we had a few extra ones kicking around that we thought may as well put them to good use and send out some mystery boxes and then give one away tonight.
That's awesome. So,
and of course, it's in the best scheme of all, the Phase 3.
Well, I'm glad I picked the best one of all, because I was given a choice and I said, well, I like this one. So we went to this selection, and so I believe it's a 5-car kit. Am I correct in saying that?
5-car set. That's how they mostly ran. Occasionally there would have been a 6th car, but 5 is usually the standard.
Awesome stuff. So it will come with almost everything you see here, except for Jordan, and the coffee are not included, nor is that diorama that he's got behind him that looks pretty nice. But
this project was Jordan's baby, so he was really, really happy to see this thing come to fruition.
I bet. So very cool. This is the big, this is a $950 set. This is absolutely amazing. We really appreciate the folks at Rapido for showing their support of Around the Layout podcast and the operating crew. And I'm sure a bunch of folks here are excited to see who's going to win that. We're going to get the wheel pulled up here and give it a spin. So let's get that there. First spin tonight. The wheel has been all lubed up. Everything's ready to go on it. So here we go. We're going to get our first winner of the night. We don't hear the clicking. I hear it on my side. Hey, Frank Kenny. Congratulations, nice. Frank Kenny. He is the winner of the Rapido Turboliner kit. We will be getting your information, and we'll get that out to you here fairly shortly. So congratulations, Frank.
Yeah, congrats, Frank. That's you'll be happy with it, I guarantee it.
Awesome. Congratulations to him. And again, want to thank you for your support with Rapido. Glad you were able to come on with us. Happy holidays to all you folks up at Rapido Trains. I hope you all have a great one, and we'll hope to see you again soon on Around the Layout podcast. Thanks
a lot. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you guys later.
All right. Thanks, Jeremy.
All right. See you.
Well, that's quite a big one there, Paul. From Frank Kenny's the first winner of the night, but we're not done yet. We've got a lot more to go here. And we've now got, I believe, Jim Wiggin. There he is from Athearn Trains. We got our technical issues ironed out. That's good. We always
that was weird. But
it just seems to happen. We got so many wires, things, and crossed and duct tape things together. I'm glad everything's finally starting to work here. Paul and I spent a good hour before the show just trying to get a video to work. So so we got everything working, and now we've got and then does Paul have a gift behind him? It looks like he's got something gift wrap behind him.
Sure does, yeah.
looks like a layout. He built a layout and he's
nice.
Away.
Wow.
Yeah, the shipping would kill you to get it from Australia, though. You got to be over there to win it. But
absolutely.
So, Jim, good to see you. A lot of stuff happening at Athearn, and I've been trying to catch Train Tuesdays, but you've just been on a roll with new releases and everything else. Tell us about what's going on over at Athearn.
Wow, we just got back from Train Fest. First of all, nice to see you, Ray, and Paul once again. We just got back from Train Fest. That was a good show. So glad to see that show is back. It will be back next year at its original stomping grounds at the West Allis Fairgrounds. And now we're gearing up, believe it or not, Ray, I'll be seeing you in about a month. Because Amherst is coming up. I talked to John Sacerdoti this past week. We're fired up. We're going to be in the Better Living Center this year.
Oh, awesome.
Bigger booth. And you probably heard we just announced the Athearn Genesis ST60. So another 6-axle, not modern, not early, transition era diesel. We're trying to get more 80s and 90s stuff out there because that's what guys are asking for.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so some modern stuff coming out, and mid-modern, like you said, not brandy new, but something that fits that. I think it's like an age shift, right? As the age bracket starts to grow a little bit, and they get into that workforce, but it's the stuff they can relate to.
It's the stuff we model what we remember. For myself, just before the ditchlight era, I remember rail fanning Conrail in the early 90s and into the 90s out in the Berkshires and Palmer, Mass, and all those stomping grounds. So you're gonna model what you remember. So we definitely see a lot of guys doing the 1990s, and we hear in the comments that the 90s is kind of the forgotten era. Athearn is committed in 2025 to make sure it's no longer a forgotten era.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. So let's get the slide up here. Let's talk about this awesome giveaway that you've presented us. Tell us about this locomotive.
Pretty excited about this tunnel motor, the SD40T-2. Yeah, and this one's kind of rare because this is an Athearn locomotive, and typically Athearn locomotives come with the Econami. Well, this one's actually coming with the Tsunami 2, which is normally reserved for our Genesis models. So if you want to take advantage of more lighting features, you've got an 8-function decoder with this locomotive. And, I may be a little biased, but I remember when this proposed merger was going to happen. I remember reading it in Trains magazine, and I always liked this paint scheme. I thought it was a well done merger paint scheme, and you can see that the SP is kind of at the front. If it had been a Santa Fe locomotive, it would have been towards the back. They had the foresight to say, hey, when we officially become the SPSF, we'll just have to add 2 decals or paint to the locomotive when we're done. And you look at that, compare that to some of our modern class 1s, and we're still seeing paint schemes from previous owners still out there. And ironically, as much planning as they did, it was turned down. It never happened. So these have become pretty collectible, and a lot of guys like this paint scheme because they did exist. This locomotive is not a legendary liveries. It's based on an actual unit, but it's kind of unusual. You don't see them very often. Kind of neat.
I have stuck in my head ever since I learned the kind of the slam on this. Every time I see SP, I start thinking shouldn't paint, and then the other part is so fast. SPSF shouldn't paint so fast.
I'm probably dating myself, but every time I see Kodachrome,
yeah,
I think of the 1973 hit by Paul Simon, Kodachrome, and because. And if you listen to the lyrics, I mean, it does go rather well with our rail fan pictures.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. That's one of the things the rail fans gave it, and it kind of stuck, especially since the merger never went through. Is shouldn't paint so fast.
That's for sure. Well, it's a beautiful locomotive. This is really cool. I'm sure a lot of folks who could work this in on many of their layouts. Also a great collectible piece too. If you're a guy like our friend Tony Cook, who would love to put this on the shelf, Andy Dorsch, yep, Kodachrome away. So awesome stuff. We're going to be giving this away to another member of our operating crew, and we've got the wheel ready to go, reloaded and ready to spin. Here we go, Jim.
All right.
This one is heading to Texas, and our good friend Joe Bohannon is the winner of this. Yeah, let's give him a round of applause.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Joe Bohannon. Joe. I am sure he is going to find a way to get this worked on the Chinook lines, and he will be very happy to find out. Hopefully he's is he in the chat, Paul? Have you seen?
I haven't seen
Okay.
Joe, no.
All right. Well, hopefully he will be stopping by and we'll be able to congratulate him via chat. But again, congratulations, Joe. And Jim, it is always great seeing you. I can't wait to see you in a month up at Amherst. We're going to have a great time. Let's hope for some good weather. Don't bring your Midwest weather. Let's go for some some warm southern type weather for January. So
we'll see if George with soundtracks can not bring the Colorado weather, but maybe the Texas weather.
Yeah, bring that Texas weather. That'll be fantastic. So I look forward to seeing you there. And until then, Jim, thank you so much for your support of Around the Layout podcast.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Happy holidays.
Joe. Yep. Happy holidays.
See you, Jim.
Bye now.
Another awesome locomotive going out to a member of the operating crew. Yeah, that's going to be a nice one. Joe's going to be very happy with that. So congratulations, Joe. And Paul can bring Summer with him all the way from Australia. I would love to see Paul make it up to Amherst.
We will one day. Absolutely.
One of those days. Yeah, we'll get Paul over to get to see the 4 buildings of Amherst. And I'll tell you, when I think of, go ahead.
I wouldn't be able to afford the shipping back. I'll
Yeah,
need a container.
you'll have to bring an extra suitcase. Talk to Marty Jenkins has got it figured out. He brings or he'll go to Walmart and buy a duffel bag. Then he'll put all his
Yeah.
clothes in a duffel bag and then put all the good stuff in a suitcase and send it over. So
Send it over.
where there's a will, there's a way, Paul. You'll figure out a way to get all
Absolutely.
that stuff back
For
with you.
sure.
So
For sure.
our next slides are going to be from someone who couldn't join us tonight, which is Curtis Koch. I'm sorry, no, I don't have
we've
that right
got
in
Lee.
the order. I'm sorry, we have Lee, and Lee's in the room. And speaking of Amherst, there's a familiar face from from Amherst. There's Lee Rosenberg from Ron's Books. Lee, great to see you.
Good to see you.
Awesome to have you here. Sorry, I didn't see. I'm got the schedule. I got so many buttons and things going on here.
I got the schedule open here as well. So
yeah, so Paul's going to keep me straight and keep me on schedules. But good to see you. And yeah, you're going to be up at Amherst as you normally will. You bring quite the haul of reading materials to the big show in Springfield.
Over a ton of books, literally.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that logistics before, and boy, I just amazing the selection you have. And if you can go over to the Ron's Books display and not find something that's of any bit interest to you, you're not really into trains, because he's got almost everything over there.
Yep, we'll be at BLC section 2, like we are
awesome.
every year.
Awesome. Another group in the Better Living Center will be good. I'll have to make the trek across. I think I'm back in the Young building again this year, but we'll find out. I'm just happy to be there and be able to be a part of it and be able to see fine folks like yourself and be able to, get away from the booth for a little bit and go browse and check out things. So, but you got
Lee, oh, sorry. I was just going to ask a question. Do you have a top seller? Like, do you have a book that always sells wherever you take it, or what would be your most successful book that you've sold?
It's usually whatever just came out, to be honest with you. I mean, there are things that have done very well. The RPCs always do well when they come out. Yeah, I mean, they're usually ESP Historical Society books are good sellers for us. I mean, there's so many books, and it's hard to pick just one.
Right.
As a top seller. So
yeah.
And what I like about Ron's Books and being able to go over there, and it really is about books in general. As much as I love this technology and the digital side, there's still nothing like a tangible book, nothing like turning pages and physically holding a book. And that's something that you're still able to support in this hobby with some beautiful stuff. I mean, it's not just the writing, it's the photographs, it's the whole package that makes it a really fun experience to buy a nice railroading book.
Yeah, and I find customers still want the physical book. They don't want an ebook or anything like that. They want a book.
Yeah.
They can hold in their hands, put on the workbench.
Exactly. See the photographs. It's just, even in photography, I feel the same way. I think any photographer who takes a photo should print their stuff from time to time to be able to see what their work looks like. There's just something, that tangibility, that physical aspect of print that is absolutely amazing. So it's great that you're able to do that. You're able to get those hard to find books and be able to be that supplier. So, and I'm sure that keeps you pretty challenged, and
it
with
does.
people's wish lists. Yeah.
It's tough tracking some of these things down sometimes.
Well, that's awesome. We appreciate you coming by and you supporting the podcast here with a giveaway of a book. So let's talk about this book that you're giving away tonight.
Okay. Well, we've started publishing under the Silver Lake Images name. This is actually the second book we've published in this under Silver Lake. It's called Exploring the Chicago Northwestern. Randy Williams was worked for the Chicago Northwestern. I think he was an engineer, and we acquired his slide collection. And this is the first volume. Covers basically mid 70s to the early to mid 80s, all across Iowa and Illinois. Got some great photography. You've got freight trains, you've got passenger trains, you've got the commuter service. You get a look at the OEM shops. Covers a little bit of everything. It's I think it's wow, you're gonna catch me. I think it's 86 pages, all color. It's really proud of what we put together here.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. That's gonna be a great looking book. A lot of history there with the Chicago Northwestern, and
Well,
great paint scheme. Very, very Green Bay Packers, right? That
What-
that yellow
it's
and green, very, very Midwestern. It's very,
It's written
very
by James Lunard, who's
Yep.
he's incredibly knowledgeable in the Chicago Northwestern and did a great job writing the book.
excellent, excellent stuff. So we're gonna give that book away, and here we go. We're gonna spin the wheel and give that up. So let me get the wheel up here, and here we go.
Everybody's wanting Andy to win it. I think Andy likes
They're
Chicago.
all cheering for Andy Dorsch. Well, let's see. It's not. It's going to Marty Jenkins
Whoa.
in Australia. So
Whoa.
we'll be reaching
Well, you'll
out
be able to hold
Marty.
it for him for Amherst.
Yeah, maybe you can pick it up at Amherst. That would be a great way to get that to Marty Jenkins. So, so you'll have a ton of books plus one to bring with you to Amherst. Lee, we'll get that all sorted out, and we'll get that to Marty Jenkins.
good.
But awesome. Go ahead.
All right. Well, looking forward to
All right.
seeing you at Amherst, and we're going to have 2 more books by then, I hope.
Excellent.
So,
And if you can't
awesome.
get to Amherst, ronsbooks.com is the place to go. Check out all of what Lee has to offer. And you can also reach out to him. I believe there's a contact right on the ronsbooks.com.
Everything's on there.
Everything is where you need to go if you're looking for a book, or go to ronsbooks.com, and they'll be happy to help you out and get you the reading materials you're looking for. So, Lee, I can't wait to see you up at Amherst at the end of January. Until then, happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you.
Be good.
Happy holidays.
Thank you again for your support.
You're welcome. All right. See you at Amherst.
See you at Amherst.
There's a question, Ray, I'm just going to bring up for you as well, from Trackside Mike.
Mike, those are all direct to garment printed. So just go to aroundthelayout.com/shop, order them, and they will ship them right to you at a very reasonable rate. I've been told Canada shipping is very inexpensive, as is Australia. They ship around the world and at a very good rate as well. So let me just cue the next slides up here, and we'll get this loaded because we got to keep moving here. We got a lot of work to do here tonight, Paul. So our next folks, as I hinted before, our next folks could not make it tonight. That's Curtis Koch from Broadway Limited. Broadway Limited showing a lot of support for the podcast. I do have some things to quickly read through for here that I was going to handle for Curtis. He's got bronchitis, which is something you definitely don't want to have when you're trying to do anything audio. So we're going to help him out here. So they got a couple neat releases here. The first one here is the Bull Moose. This was a 2880, and it was known amongst railroaders as the Constellation mallets, as they were considered an extension amongst the common 280 Constellation type locomotives. The Great Northern and Union Pacific revised the designs and proceeded to order several of these locomotives. The Union Pacific crews developed the nickname for the locomotive Bull Moose, because they had the ability to pull the heaviest of freight trains over the railroad Sherman Hill between Cheyenne and Laramie, Wyoming. In BLI's first production of the Bull Moose, they are offering the locomotive in 2 versions. They're building 3 prototypical road numbers in their pre-1944 appearance and 3 prototypical road numbers in their post-1944 appearance. We'll also be building 1 locomotive in the 2-cone gray fantasy scheme. Each model will be available with our Paragon 4 sound, DC, DCC electronics, and smoke. In addition to the Paragon 4 models, we're also building these models in our Stealth series. Stealth series models have no sound and are DCC ready. You can get your order in with your favorite dealer by January 24th for guaranteed delivery. Orders placed after January 24th will be served on a first-come, first-served basis, so hurry and place your pre-order with your favorite dealer. And I believe those are the fantasy schemes and the other models that I was speaking of before.
Nice-looking model.
Absolutely. Conductors Club locomotives. These are the BLI second members only locomotives for HO and N scale, and they're the ES44 and several prototypically accurate paint schemes. You must be a member to be able to purchase these locomotives at their exclusive price. So again, Conductors Club, it's a membership. You go to the membership section on their website. It's Broadway-limited.com. Great timing there, Paul.
Yep.
And you join there to get in on these exclusive offerings at exclusive prices. These are really nice. We've seen the Union Pacific pass, the business train. We also saw it as George Bush's funeral train and so on. So announced at Train Fest in Milwaukee 2 weeks ago, the Union Pacific and Chicago Northwestern Fox River car is the perfect addition to the Union Pacific modeler in your life. With multiple variations and touch control lighting features, this is sure to be a great model to add to your railroad. You can get your order in with your favorite dealer by April 24th for guaranteed delivery. Orders placed after April 24th will be served on a first-come, first-served basis. So hurry and place your pre-order with your favorite dealer.
They're nice cars, those.
Beautiful cars. That's very nice. And there's a couple more shots of them right there. Very nice. The PRR S1, appropriately nicknamed the Big Engine. The PRR S1 stands as an icon of streamlined steam locomotives. The S1 featured in the streamlined style shell designed by the famous Raymond Loewy. Plus the unique 6446 wheel arrangement. The locomotive was able to achieve fast passenger train speeds mainly because articulation was not used. The cost of the S1 was $669,780, or in today's dollars, $14,671,066 today, which is about $3 billion Australian, right, Paul?
Absolutely.
The locomotive was completed at the PRR's Altoona shops on December 21st, 1938. In our first production run, we are building a model of the prototype 6100 in its Pennsylvania Railroad paint scheme and the World's Fair appearance. In addition to the prototype locomotives, we are offering unlettered models and one model in Tuscan red fantasy paint. All models have handcrafted brass boilers, cabs, and tender bodies, and die-cast locomotives and tender chassis. Each model comes with our Paragon 4 Sound DC-DCC sound system with synchronized puffing smoke and integral go-pack capacitors. The order deadline is passed on these models, but there are still a few available left for pre-order, so contact your favorite dealer today to reserve yours before we sell out. And there's a couple more shots of that locomotive. Very futuristic looking, especially for the time. Very cool. And then one more here, the Yellow Jacket HO scale. I'm sorry, two more here. The Yellow Jacket HO scale, primarily used on Chicago Northwestern's passenger trains. The Class ES Pacifics were the CNW's answer to streamlined steam locomotives. Were the answer to streamlined steam locomotives. Crews affectionately nicknamed them Yellow Jackets because of their distinctive yellow and green paint schemes. For this first production run of the Yellow Jackets, we are recreating models from three distinct prototypical eras, each with era-specific details and paint schemes. This includes the locomotives renumbering during the 1950s. Additionally, we're excited to offer two fantasy schemes for this run, featuring liveries for the Seaboard Airline and the Chicago and Eastern Illinois. All models have handcrafted brass boilers, cabs, and tender bodies, and die-cast locomotive and tender chassis. You can get your order in with your favorite dealer by April 24th for guaranteed delivery. Orders placed after April 24th will be served on a first-come, first-served basis, so hurry and place your pre-order with your favorite dealer. And then we have N-Scale. We have N-Scale, E7, E8, E9. BLI is proud to have new N-Scale, E7s, E8s, and E9s coming to N-Scalers in 2025. Who says people don't love N-Scalers? These locomotives come with road-specific details and will look fantastic leading your railroad's first-class passenger trains. For more information on the paint schemes being offered, visit Broadway-Limited.com and contact your favorite dealer to place your order today. And that is it for the read. We got really nice Atlantic Coastline, Santa Fe. That might pull you back into N-Scale, Paul.
I think I'm a bit past that now, but certainly it's nice to see some really nice locomotives being produced in N-Scale by
amazing the stuff they're doing in N-Scale now. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So tonight's giveaway from Broadway Limited is a $75 gift card to Broadway Limited's outlet store, and we will draw a winner for that. Let's get the wheel o names up here, and here we go. And the winner is Michael Percy. Michael, congratulations you are the winner of the Broadway Limited $75 gift certificate. We will contact you. That is just an online code. We will get you all of that information so that you can get on to Broadway Limited's website and order yourself up something really nice from their awesome offering. And again, check out more on Broadway Limited on their website, broadwaylimited.com.
Okay. We're
All right.
actually on time, a little bit in front, actually. So going well.
Yeah, so we had.
So we've got Athearn, Ron's Books, Broadway Limited, Rapido Trains, and Ron Klass now from Mind Mount Models is our next.
Will be our next guest in about a few minutes. So we got a few extra minutes, and we'll take a look at some of the comments. I know a lot of folks have been chiming in. It's good to see everybody else. Good to see Joe Manley. Joe and I are going to be hanging out this weekend. Joe will be joining me at the Hub Show up in Marlborough, Massachusetts. If you're in the New England area, go check that out. It's a great show, 2-day show. And Joe and I will be there with the table. We'll be meeting and greeting some folks, and we'll be hanging out and handing out stickers and whatever else we find in the swag bag. We'll be giving to folks. So come by, say hello, and we'll be happy to see you up there in Marlborough, Mass. A little warm up before Amherst to go do that show. So.
Mark's looking for some BNSF business cars.
Yeah, that would definitely work well on your layout, Mark. And hopefully we're going to knock the dust off your layout here very soon. I know Don's chomping at the bit to dispatch, and we gotta keep him busy on some Thursday nights. So hopefully you're back up and running here very soon. So, and I'll look forward to seeing you there tomorrow. And Mark's saying that he'll be there. So do a little housekeeping here. Make sure that we got the wheel pumped full of grease so that it'll spin again. And
got a few spins to do yet.
Yeah, we got still some spins to do on the wheel. We've got a lot of stuff to give away. Glad we got ahead a little bit. So that the keep this thing on track. So yeah, we would absolutely. Go ahead and put that one back up there, Paul. Hoping Mark, Don, and maybe Ray can get out my way for a session sometime soon. Love to go out to see yours, Paul. We're gonna work on getting Paul on the layout too. Or I'm sorry, on around the layout. That's what I'm talking about. We don't want to put him on the layout. We want to put him on around the layout podcast, and that'll definitely be a good trip to get out there to Western New York and see your layout. But we're gonna get you on the show. We're gonna learn all about the Finger Lakes Railway. It's one that was always been neat to me. I used to work for a company that was in Auburn, New York, and I would see them go through, but it was always catch them at a glance. Never got to really fan on that. So
it's interesting because most of USA, from what I've seen, always say railroad. So to say have railway US, because UK and Australia base is railway. We don't use the term railroad. So
yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's interchangeable around here. I think of a lot more rare to see railway than railroad, but there must be a reason for it. Maybe we have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Ron is let me help Ron with a quick technical issue. Paul, you keep running those comments up, and we'll see if we can get him set up here.
So just saw a comment there that Ted's waiting on a BLI PRR 060 to come out. They're certainly producing a lot of models of late, which is great to see. I mean, we're so lucky at the moment. So many manufacturers are actually producing a lot. Not good on your wallet, but certainly lots of new models coming around.
Oh, the amount of models coming out just in general is just amazing. It's no wonder why Tony Cook is so busy. It's just trying to keep up with all of this is got to be an amazing challenge. So,
yeah, for sure.
So keeps us busy every month with our What's Happening show, and we'll have another one here coming up pretty soon. So Tony and I will be working on getting that done. Tony was supposed to join us tonight. He's unfortunately unable to join us. We'll be talking about model train resource later tonight. I'll be filling in for him and giving some information out, and he's got a giveaway provided as well. So really cool to see stuff from Model Train Resource and also from White River Productions as well. So
Yeah.
we have our next guest here. Let's let him in. Let's that'd be Ron Kleiss from Mind Mount Models. Ron, good to see you.
How you doing? I got here at the nick of time here.
Oh, you're actually a few minutes early, which is perfect.
Yeah.
We're actually running ahead of schedule, which I
There you
don't
go.
even know how we were able to accomplish that, but we're somehow doing it, which is good because we've got a long way to go here. But glad you're here, and we're able to talk a little bit about Craftsman kits with Mind Mount Models.
Yep, definitely cool. I'm actually at a round robin with a few friends. We just finished a couple slices of pizza, and I'm looking at the email. I'm like, oh, I don't see the link. Let's get on the show. And thank goodness you guys sent me the link real quick.
That's
So
awesome. So, yeah, go
We're
ahead.
live from Clinton, New Jersey. They're in my friend's basement. We started a round robin a couple weeks ago, and he's got a good space for a layout. And he's like right at the cusp of starting this thing. So
Awesome.
maybe
Yeah.
I'll show you a little bit of that after we talk a little bit.
Yeah, so let me pull the slides up here, and then we definitely want to get you a tour around. So, let me get that back off here, and let's get us to the right spot. We knew that was going to happen. This looks more like what you do.
Hey, I like
was-
that. That looks nice.
Yeah.
The
So
other stuff was cool too.
yeah, for sure. But we've got you got a lot of cool stuff going on here, and it's all surrounded by a water scene that you've kind of made like a theme here, right?
Yeah, it's Echo Point Harbor. That was my limited run kit that I put out last year, and
Nice.
I made 150 of those. I do have just under a couple dozen left of those. So if you want it, go to mymountmodels.com and grab your kit of Crown Transfer. And so over the past year, I've been putting out more and more kits of Krabby Jackies. You can see there in your upper left, and then also Echo Point charters for boat charters. There's the lighthouses and the sunken boat. That green building on the right, that's
Nice.
Koenig's, and the Koenig's rope and pulley. That was a really popular kit there. And
Yeah.
I debuted the lighthouse and that sunken boat at in September at the National Narrow Gauge out in Pittsburgh, and
Yep.
that was pretty well received. So pretty cool.
Awesome stuff. Yeah, the sunken boat is a really neat,
It's nice, isn't it?
eye catcher, and then you beautiful job with the water around it as well. But that very cool kit.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a fun one. The lighthouse tried its darndest, but that guy in the boat really needed to hit those rocks for some reason.
He went right for it. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, Mark saying Mind Mount Models, very nice kits, very
Thanks,
cool
Mark.
stuff. And you do an awesome job. And you talk about, we're going to talk a lot about Amherst tonight, it seems, but when you come to Amherst or to go to any shows, a lot of your kits you have, you've built these beautiful dioramas that you have your kits all set up on as well. And those are always neat to go see, because now you can see what you could create with these kits. It's not just look at the box and the picture. You get to see it in 3D. And I think that's really a cool aspect.
Yeah, I like to show what could be done with the kit. At first, I was thinking maybe I just want to do the building, but you know what it is? Ever since I started the business, I haven't worked on my layout, and that's kind of one reason why I started this round robin with some friends, is to give me an excuse to actually get some work done on the layout. So to scratch the itch, I do all these crazy elaborate dioramas, and that's how I get my modeling itch scratched there. So
Yeah. Robert Martin's got a question there. He goes, I like the lighthouse. Can you make it light up?
I don't have a light kit, but like Bill Satori from Microlumina, he has a nice flasher kit. And in the kit, I did design it so that up the center of the actual lighthouse, I made room for wires that you can run down the center of it. And then the Fresnel lens is a 3D print, and it's a mini Fresnel lens that I designed. And I hollowed that out so you could put a flashing LED inside that.
Awesome. So where there's a will, there's a way, and there's pieces and parts to do it. So
Yeah, I made the accommodations, but I don't
Awesome.
provide the flasher.
Yep. So that's where the Craftsman part comes in as well. Create
Yeah.
and use that. So awesome stuff. Some great kits. Take us on a tour around. I'm seeing this land. This looks like a sizable one in what looks to be a really nice basement with some nice high ceilings too. So take
What
us
is
around.
that, Bill?
Let's
What's
take
the
a look.
ceilings here? 9.5?
Yeah, they're about 10 feet. I had to buy a bigger ladder.
No, I guess so. Yeah, that's all right. I'd buy a
Oops.
bigger ladder for a. Nope. Let's get.
That's all right. I'm trying to flip the camera around.
Okay.
Let's see. Is it going to let me? There we go. Okay.
Awesome.
So,
All right, here we go.
so this is his room. What's the space here, Bill? I would say it's about 25 feet.
Yeah, long ways. That's about 25.
Yeah, from this wall all the way over to that wall is probably about 25. And
It's 12 out.
yeah, and the widest is probably 12 to 14 or so.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
as you can see, he's like right at the beginning stage. You got the bench work in, and
Nice.
over the past week, he's been putting up the backdrop, and we've got some spackle on there. And we're going to be starting next time we're down here for the round robin. We're going to do hopefully some painting and stuff for the sky and everything, and then we can start like working on a track plan. He has the basic idea of the track plan. And but tonight this is the inaugural meeting here, so this is the first time I'm actually seeing the layout, and he's got a good space to work with.
Yeah.
Awesome. He's
It's gonna be a
on
point
his way.
Yeah, it's going to be a point to point with the option of a runaround.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
Yep.
And they're asking one of the questions I did see is what's he plan on modeling? What's the prototype going to be?
What do you got, Bill? What's the prototype?
Oh, it's just Eastern Railroads, C&J, Lehigh Valley, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, C&J,
Okay.
Lehigh Valley, PRR.
Very appropriate for being in New Jersey.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it all ran around here, and he's got the equipment to fill it out. So
Branch line stuff like the Flemington branch and the Clinton branch. No, not a big main line.
yeah, it's not
Excellent.
4-track main. It's going to be more a branch line.
Excellent. Well, you're certainly on your way. That's a great space, and holy macro, that ceiling height. I might be a little too tempted to put triple deck in that thing with 10-foot high ceilings, but certainly going to get some tall folks in there, and you're going to have a great terrain running space.
No,
So
it's
look
actually
forward
at a
to
great height.
Yep.
It's I would say it's, what is this, 50 inches?
Yeah, around about.
Yeah, it's about 50 inches, I guess, off the ground, and
Nice.
and then it goes up about another 4 inches here. So this will be the upper deck. This will be the one terminus in this area here.
Yeah.
It goes out that way. It'll loop around once along the back. This is a drop down.
Yep.
It'll come down. It'll come across here and loop down to the lower level. This is a little side industry here. And it'll loop into the front. And then this other lobe here would be the end terminus at the other end. So it's basically point to point with the option of a runaround.
Yeah. Nice.
Excellent. Excellent stuff. All right, so let's get you back on the 3 screen here. If Ray can figure out how to do this. There we go. I've got you back over here. I'll drop you down to there. Excellent. So what are we giving away tonight from Mind Mount Models?
We're going to do a 50. Oops. There we go. My finger keeps hitting the screen here. We're doing a $50 gift certificate for anything on the website.
Excellent.
Whatever the lucky winner is, I'll give them a special code. I'll get in contact with them and give them the code so that they can get $50 off.
Awesome. Awesome stuff.
Excellent.
So let's get the wheel up here. We've got it all reloaded again and ready to give away a $50 gift card to Mind Mount Models. And here we go. Next year, your job's going to be to make the sound effects, Paul.
No problem. Yeah, I can practice.
We got that. Our good friend John Farrington from
There
Sebastian,
you go, John
Florida is the
Farrington.
winner.
All right.
So, John Farrington, congratulations. You're the winner of the $50 gift card from Mind Mount Models.
Excellent.
Appreciate the support from Mind Mount Models of the Around the Layout podcast and supporting our operating crew. Definitely check out their website at mindmountmodels.com. And
I appreciate all the work you guys do, man. It's great. I love listening to the little bit that I work on my layout. I definitely listen to it, or my drive to work, and You know, even in my workbench when I'm designing new kits and stuff, I got the podcasts going.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And we
Excellent. Well,
really
appreciate
appreciate your
yeah.
support as well.
No problem, Paul. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, you enjoy yourself over there in New Jersey, helping
Yep.
some friends get their layouts underway. And again, hopefully you're back on your layout and working on that again soon, but also churning out these awesome Craftsman kits from Mind Mount Models. And again, thank you so much for your support. And another guy, I'll see you soon up in Amherst.
Oh yeah, definitely. Looking forward to it.
All right. And we'll see you then. Thanks, Ron.
Okay.
Enjoy your night.
Thanks, Ron.
Track planning. See ya.
There you go. Well, awesome stuff there from Mind Mount Models. And
Great.
congratulations, John Farrington, for winning the $50 gift card.
And John's with us tonight.
There you go. He's all excited. He's jumping up and down there in Sebastian. So congratulations, John. All right. We have our next guest all queued up and ready to go. That'd be our good
Sure do.
friend, Mike Zucker from Spring Creek
Hey,
Model
Mike.
Trains in Deschler, Nebraska.
How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing fantastic. How have you been? I guess you're getting ready for a big event tomorrow.
We are. Yep, we got our Deschler Express event, so we're getting ready here. We got some in-show or in-store only sales going on this weekend. So we've already had a couple customers show up late here today, so that was kind of fun to get and chatting with them. So looking forward to tomorrow. So
Awesome.
it'll be
Yeah,
fun.
we've been following along on Facebook. We've been seeing all the preparations. It looks like Jeff finally got that raise he was looking for.
That's right.
Outside.
Yeah.
And then store inside's all decorated up nice for Christmas as well, and getting everything ready. And then we saw some other inside shots.
Yeah.
A little Christmas tree there, and then of course all the models on display. It's going to be an awesome event and a place I have got to get myself to and be able to check out. So
Yeah. We'd love to have you come out. So love anybody. We always have a good time with everybody that shows up. So
you came up during one. I'm trying to remember who it was exactly who said it, but one of the guys said he was a truck driver, used to make sure his routes went right on by where he could swing in and hang out with you guys. Maybe it was John Garvin, but if I remember correctly, but nonetheless, yeah. Yep. It's good to find your way out to Deschler and see the shop, and I will eventually get there, and Paul will someday get there. We'll get him
Jump
over
there as
from
well.
Australia, and we'll do
come
a
together.
whole world tour. So
that'd be awesome. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
several from Australia show up this summer. So man, there's a group. So
Yeah, it's pretty popular, I must say.
yeah.
for sure. So, Mike, why don't you tell us about this coil car? Because I'm sure there's a bit more that goes to it. And I know you sent me a little bit of information on it, but tell us about this special run that you've got.
Yeah, so this is a coil car that we did with Intermountain as an exclusive run. So 6 different road numbers than the first run of this car that Intermountain did. But so this is a prototypical car that the Rock Island had at the very end of the Rock Island days. I was talking with my dad about it. We had a good conversation where he was telling me he's pretty sure that the Rock Island had 25 of these. And he's not sure if they ever got into like an interline service or anything or what really happened, but we do know there was 25 different road numbers. So this run here would be the second 6. So there's 12 total road numbers out there available, right? If you can find the first run or if you have the first run, but we still have 6 of these cars available that are all exclusive here to Spring Creek Model Trains. And, been selling them across the country, through all the train shows and on our website. So
Yeah, awesome stuff. It's a cool looking car, and of course, something that's eye catching because it's definitely different than what you'll see, and something unique for your layout.
Yeah, the blue always stands out, right? The blue R, it's what you're looking at, right? If you're into trains, right? That R, right? Just like anybody else or all the other railroads logos, right? It stands out. But with that solid black and the blue, right? It's a unique car that stands out. So it's kind of fun. We thought it would be fun to give that away to your supporters. So
yeah, well, we definitely appreciate your support, not only as a supporter of the podcast, but also the operating crew and providing this to give away to a member of the operating crew tonight. And it just really, you guys have been really awesome to us, and can't thank you enough. So glad to have you here tonight. And like I said, taking time out because I know you got a big event tomorrow, and then you've got a couple other big events we've been chatting about as well. You've got your 25th coming up next year. That's going to be a big event. Plus, again, we talk Amherst, and we'll be seeing Spring Creek out there as well. And you'll be bringing the trailer and all the goods, and it's always awesome to walk through and see what you have to offer there. So, and then all the other stops throughout the year. I mean, you guys, we talk about it, 2 trailers stay busy almost 52 weeks out of the year.
Yeah, almost. Yep. So the trailer's out and about this weekend. It's down in Illinois. My mom and dad, Dave and Deb, are down there at Collinsville, Illinois, outside of St. Louis, doing a show. And then they'll be heading to Colorado next week for the last show for us this year. So it'll be out in Longmont next weekend for the Boulder. I think it's the Boulder Club. It's out at the Boulder County Fairgrounds.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll hit the road hard in January, right? With one of the big stops being on Amherst, where all 4 of us and several of our friends will be out there working the booth. So
yeah, so you bring the whole big team out there for Amherst.
Yes, we do. Yep. So we'll be out there. So we're located in the Stroh building. So we're in there. You can definitely find us once you get into the Stroh building. So.
Oh yeah. That's great. You guys have that spot. I mean, a nice big area. I mean, and tons of selection there at Amherst. And I know you bring a great selection wherever you go with either trailer. Has always got quite a bit of great things on board.
Yeah, we try hard to make sure we pack it with all the new stuff, right? And make sure that we, the quote unquote, bringing the whole hobby store, with us to a train show. So sometimes, like this, make a mistake and I forget track, right? Sometimes I did that this last show I went to, and it's never fun telling the customers I forgot it, but it just happens. So.
Well, that's excellent. It's great to have you guys going around where, if you can't get to Deschler, Nebraska, get to a local train show that in Spring Creek, and the whole schedule is available on your website, springcreekmodeltrains.com. Again, thank you guys so much for your support and offering this car up to a member of our operating crew. Got a lot of chat in here. Guys are saying this is a really cool, unique car, and I know a lot of them would love to have it on their layout. So let's pull up the wheel and let's give it another spin and let's find out who's going to win this awesome coil car. This car is going to Philip Taylor.
Awesome.
Philip Taylor, congratulations. We will be in touch with you and we'll get that sent out to you from Spring Creek Model Trains in Deschler, Nebraska. And you are going to definitely enjoy that. So, again, congratulations, Philip.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yep.
So, Mike, it was great seeing you once again, and I look forward to our next time together. We'll probably be in late January, and again, we're hoping for some nice weather up for Amherst for late January, and the white stuff can stay away. We'll be in good shape. So, but looking forward to that. It's always a great time up in Springfield. So until then, happy holidays to you and all the Zucker family.
Yep.
And again, thank you for all the support that you give this podcast.
Yep. Thank you guys. Merry Christmas. Yep.
Merry Christmas to you. Well, awesome. That is a nice looking coil car. That again would go on a lot of different layouts and something completely
really nice.
unique. So very, very cool. So again, congratulations, Philip Taylor. So we're waiting for our next guest to arrive. We're a little bit ahead of schedule. I can't
Not
believe
too bad.
we've
We've
done
run it pretty well. Okay.
I'm going to credit my executive producer for keeping us not only on time, but keeping us early. So we're doing really good tonight.
Yeah. I think next is Matt Stern from Bachmann Trains.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Matt to stop by. We should be seeing him here shortly. Until then, we'll say hello to some folks that have been in the chat. Yeah. Let's go through and I'm going to take a scroll through here.
Yep.
Some of these, we'll try to say hello to as many folks as we can.
There's someone who saying I'm overpaid.
Yeah, well, we'll have to. Yeah, I take Joe's. Joe. I take Joe's input very seriously. I mean, maybe we'll have to have a longer discussion about that over the weekend. So we'll definitely have a chat with that. We've seen some other folks and some of their other comments come up. Let me drive for a second there, Paul. I think you're moving it as I'm going up. Keith, I saw Keith in here. Good to see you. He's checking out some stuff. We've got Dundas Junction in the show, which is awesome. Michael Spohr, great to see you. John Parker from the BNSF Fall River Division. He's stopped by and said hello, mentioned Colorado and a show coming up. I think John said he might be going to that one. So we've already mentioned Paul. He's talked about his layout in Western New York. Teddy is checking in. John Garvin. And let's see, N-Scale Train Boy Dennis. It's Shouldn't Paint So Fast. This was all back when we were talking that. So Andy Dorsch from the Second Section podcast. Hopefully he's wearing his Around the Layout podcast hat tonight. And glad that you were able to stop by and hang out with fellow members of the operating crew. We've got Trackside Mike in the chat. Great to see Trackside Mike. I'll be looking forward to seeing you at Amherst as well. He comes down from Canada. John Garvin, we mentioned him. Like I said, he's in the chat. We've got Daz Lee coming to us from Australia as well. So
Queensland,
happy Saturday morning to you. Sam Dickinson stopping by into the chat. Roger Coleman. We've talked to Mark Herrick. Dustin Witten, Todd Armstrong. Again, whoops, Andy, you get 2 hellos. Congratulations. Jonathan Turner. C says, or whatever his name is this week, is here. Jimmy Land checking in. Matt Forkham, good to see you. And on and on and on. We've got a lot of folks here in the chat. Joey Ginto is in the group. Matt, we mentioned him. Elko Man Kyle is already here. Logic Rail Tech is checked into the chat. We'll be talking to him live here soon. And on and on and on. We got so many awesome folks here joining us tonight. If I didn't mention your name, we're still happy to have you here, and we'll be throwing those comments up. But we've got Matt here. Yeah, we've got our next guest here, Matt Stern. Matt, good to see you.
Hi, good to be here.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, it's good to see you. And we've got some prizes to give away from Bachmann. And,
yes, we do.
And you're representing it well with a nice Bachmann shirt on, and looking forward to hearing what's going on at Bachmann. Tell us.
Right. So do you want me to talk about the products we're giving away specifically, or do you want more?
Tell us what's new, and then we'll get to what we're giving away. So tell us what the new news is at Bachmann.
Well, we're gearing up for our 2025 catalog at this point. So we've got plenty in store for that. Unfortunately, nothing I can talk about right now, but if you hold on for about a month or so, maybe a little bit more, we've got a few things up our sleeves. So we're looking forward to announcing those next month.
So a good little teaser there. Yeah. So.
But yeah, in terms of things we have that we're working on right now, we have the follow-up to our very successful J3A Hudson and HO scale, which is the Dreyfus Hudson. That's we just revealed the first painted samples of those a few weeks ago, and those are on track for arriving in early 2025.
Excellent.
And those will be with TCS Wow Sound. So we're looking forward to seeing those. That's our big new steam locomotive that we have coming out. As many of you may know, we're also in development with several other locomotives and rolling stock pieces, including we've got some 1900s era passenger cars coming, which are based on the type seen on the Strasburg Railroad. We have the GEC 36-7, which is still under development, which we announced, I believe, in the year before last. We hope to have an update on that in the fairly near future. And that's just HO scale. Like, we've got 4 other scales I could go over, but I don't want to take too much time here.
Well, that's great though. There's a lot of great stuff happening there at Bachmann. Yeah, and then we'll talk about a popular thing. We'll pick for a second. We'll let Don slip in his suggestion that the Bachmann high rail truck was quite a hit, and I've seen quite a few guys. So I don't know, maybe that can make the list again back around, but.
You're not the first to have brought that up, so it's certainly something we can look into.
I'm sure there's quite a bit behind the scenes that goes into that. Not to get into, but I'm sure licensing and then tooling and the scheduling. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into being able to get something like that going again, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. The process is obviously a little more streamlined for bringing something back that we've already had in the line before, but it's still a process, and we always want to make, if we're going to bring something back, we usually want to make it a little bit different to the last round. Like, for instance, we just announced this last summer that we're bringing back the Heisler in ON30. But we're not going to be doing it exactly as we did it before. We're doing prototypical road names rather than generic road names that we offered in the previous run. And perhaps more importantly, we're actually going to be having metal gears installed on these rather than the gears that were used in the previous version. So more long-lasting durability and better performance.
Awesome stuff.
Not to mention they'll also be equipped with Tsunami sound as well, Tsunami 2.
Excellent. Well, let's take a look at the items that you were giving away. Now, you've done something really cool, and this is, some folks that go, "Oh, I'm an N scaler, I want HO stuff," but you've got an option here, which is where you're either going to win. If you win, you get a choice. You're either an HO scaler and you're going to win the items on the left, and if you're an N scaler, you're going to win the items on the right. Matt, why don't you tell us about what we have to offer here?
Sure. Well, first of all, we wanted to do this because, we know there's a lot of modelers at different scales who watch this, who will listen and watch the podcast. And there's perhaps maybe a little bit of frustration if you're an N scale modeler and you win a prize, but it's an HO prize or vice versa. So we wanted to make sure there was something available for both of the two most popular scales. So for HO scale, we're giving away a couple of Union Pacific items. One of them is the test weight car. This is a fully die-cast model. It's really, really nice detail on it. One of the coolest things about these cars is they actually are they're the scale weight of the prototypical cars. So they could actually work for their purpose in HO scale. And for anybody who doesn't know about their purpose, what they are for, they are basically used for testing scales and in rail yards and making sure that everything was calibrated correctly. And they sometimes made their way out of yards. So, it's a staple of something to have in a large freight yard, but you could also find them when they transfer them between facilities, usually as the last car in the end of a freight consist.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So this is our our Union Pacific example here.
Excellent.
And to go along with that, one of our new Union Pacific, former Missouri Pacific bay window transfer cabooses. Now I know these are not specifically transfer cabooses. We adopted that name for these cars because they're commonly recognized as transfer cabooses, and they can be adapted to that use very easily. So obviously this is the short body bay window caboose, I believe is the official title that these cars held. These were actually the last cabooses, or some of the last cabooses to be built in North America for the Missouri Pacific. And obviously when the Missouri Pacific was merged into the Union Pacific, they inherited the remaining roster of those, including this one, which the 13737, which is actually was painted in Union Pacific yellow in reality, and I believe is still on the roster down in Alabama right now. I don't think it's being actively used in service, but it was until not too long ago. It certainly made it into the 2000s, working in service. So that's for HO scale. For N scale, here it is in the packaging as well, just so you got a
awesome
look at what you'll be receiving.
Wow, you put that back in the package awful fast. That was quick. You got to work in the shipping department, not in the marketing.
So for N scale, we have a couple more freight cars. We have the 50-foot 6-inch outside brace boxcar in the Bayline paint scheme, which I'm going to butcher this name unless I read it from the box. So I'm going to cheat a little bit here, which is it's the Atlanta and St. Andrews Bay is the official name of the railroad. Of course, I've always heard of it as the Bayline.
Sure.
I remember seeing prototype cars down in Panama City, Florida, and so I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for this road name, but it's a cool paint scheme. It's a cool little car, and one of the features that we have on all of our 50-foot 6-inch box cars is you have the opening door, which there we go. You got the sliding opening door, and inside here, I don't know if the light will catch it, but you've also got the slatted wood floor in there as well that you can see.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
So you got opportunities for detailing in there, maybe adding some loads that you can see with the door partially open, or an unloading, loading scene. And comes with Easy Mate Mark II couplers, and it comes with metal wheels installed, as all our freight cars do now as well.
Excellent.
And along with that, from a similar era, we have the Conrail version of our Northeast Steel caboose. So these were this was obviously the last paint scheme that a lot of these cabooses wore before they were retired from active service. Conrail rostered a number of these, I believe, mostly from the Lehigh Valley and the CNJ. This is just a good end of your train for any Conrail fan, anybody modeling the late 70s through the probably the mid 80s. I'm actually not entirely sure when these were last withdrawn, but it's a nice car. I personally love the detail on this car, and again, metal wheels, Easy Mate Mark II couplers, which are compatible with every other knuckle coupler brand out there. And like I said, it's a similar era to the Bayline cars when they were first painted.
Excellent. So really awesome offerings, and looking forward to giving those away. And then I got a question for you. So let's get this get the winner out, and then we will ask Matt a follow-up question. So wheel is ready, and here we go. And Josh Bowman is our winner of the Bachmann choice between the HO scale cars or the N scale cars. We'll be getting in touch with Josh, finding out what his choice is. So congratulations, Josh. Oh, here we go. The crowd goes wild for Josh Bowman, who's our winner for the Bachmann items tonight. So
that's the live studio audience, right?
Yeah, that is the live studio audience. We can hear them all the way from in Plainfield, Connecticut, and Sydney, Australia. So pretty amazing stuff here. So I will take this off the screen, and then I got a follow-up question for you, Matt. The last time you were on the podcast, I believe the name of the show was Matt Stern and the Layout That Needs a Name. Did that layout ever get a name?
Yeah, and you know what? It had a name at the time, and it was just escaping me. I mean, it's not a name like a catchy name. It's just the two towns that are featured, which is the Norristown and Skipback Railroad.
Awesome stuff. And I see it in the background there, so I had to ask. It's great to see your layout, and it's good to see you again. And again, we're looking forward to you're going to be at Amherst as well, right?
I certainly hope so. Yeah, that's the plan.
Awesome. So looking forward to seeing you in Springfield and seeing you in person, but want to thank you and Bachmann for all your support of Around the Layout podcast. Of course, you can check out all the offerings Matt was talking about and much more on their website, bachmanntrains.com. Matt, thank you for stopping by and sharing with us tonight. Happy holidays to you and your family, and look forward again seeing you in late January.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. And happy holidays to both of you as well.
And have a great night. Thank you. Well, awesome stuff. Yeah, Andy, Andy is going to run everybody up to make sure you hit that like button and share and show all your support for tonight's effort. Again, over $3,000. Well, we're not even. We're getting close to halfway. We're almost there, but not quite. But working our way down the list, and I'm just going to give a few more minutes, and hopefully our next guest will pop up in the studio for us. So,
aren't you supposed to be doing late night hobbies yourself?
Nope. I believe Joey was supposed to stop by and see us, so we'll give him just a few minutes. Hopefully, he'll be here. So we'll give it again a few and see a couple other folks making comments. And those that are members of the operating crew, that Tuesday night chat is a lot of fun. And I think we're going to have to try to do an off one for all the folks that are overseas and try to get one that works on your guys' schedule some way, somehow, maybe a Saturday morning for me or early Saturday morning. So it'll be a night for you folks or something like that. We'll work that out. But for most folks on this side of the international date line and this side of the equator, definitely join us on Tuesday nights. We have a lot of fun, a lot of chat. Again, we talk prototype, we talk modeling, we talk podcast stuff. A lot of good feedback for the podcast, and get some inside information on the podcast and that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of fun. We keep it on topic. We keep it clean. We keep it enjoyable, and a lot of funs and laughs. So definitely, if you have some time, spend an hour with us on a Tuesday night and stop in. So 1810 Designs is in makeup. So the good for you. Yeah, he's apparently in the green room. Probably he sounds like he's in hair and makeup. I didn't even know that happened. I thought we eliminated Paul and I don't need hair. We might need the makeup, but the hair we're kind of all set with that. But
we're doing okay there.
Yeah. So not seeing Late Night Hobbies here. So I think we're gonna go and we'll do. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it real quick. A little bit of transition with Late Night Hobbies. He's kind of in a holding pattern right now, but he is willing to do a giveaway. And we know that there's some challenges.
He hasn't got the link. He just put up in the chat.
Oh, okay. Let's see if we can get. Let's see here. I will try to get that over to him. Bear with me just a second. I'm going to jump off screen and get that taken care of. Hold on one moment.
Yep. Okay. So now it's the Paul show. Now I can take over, which as the exec producer on my high salary, I get the show to myself now. Maybe I should knock Ray out of the show completely. But great turnout tonight. We're around 70 members here, which is fantastic. And just blown away by the amount of support we've had by manufacturers. As Ray said, over $3,000 worth of prizes to give away. Amazing. We wouldn't have even thought about that 2 years ago. And some great ones still to come. So make sure you stay in. Yep, Don. Hostile takeover. Exactly right. This will put Australia and USA at loggerheads. Maybe a diplomatic negotiation may be required to get Ray back.
All right, that's enough of Paul. We've gotten rid of Paul. Paul has now been sent off. We have a new opening for executive producer here at Around the Layout Podcast. Doesn't pay much. We can't get rid of you, Paul. We can't get rid of you. And Joey should be joining us momentarily. I just shot him the link via email, so he should be joining us.
Well, I've got to put this one up.
Thanks, you go.
Piedmont. Appreciate the feedback.
Yeah, Paul. That's one thing that we pick on you, but you do a good job. And the one you really done a great job with is the HO Scale Shelf Modelers group on Facebook. That has been amazing.
Growing. It's we're nearly 22,000 in the group.
That's amazing.
Just growing so fast, and so many new modelers of late. But it does go to show that shelf layouts are really increasing in popularity. Been amazing.
What's amazing is it's 22,000, but it's amazingly engaging. And that's, I mean, there's groups with a lot of people in them, but you still post things and you get like 3 people that respond. It's like very responsive, very engaged group, that's what really makes it funny. So
I've always had a policy that no post goes without a comment. If I see a post that nobody's commented, I'll make a comment. If people go to trouble to put a post up, they at least deserve some recognition for that, I think. And but I don't comment as much as I used to, because there's a lot of people in there who do. So it's great. If someone asks a question, there's so many excellent responses. And to be quite honest, I couldn't tell you the last time I had to remove a negative comment. Never happens, which is really good for the members of the group.
Yeah, that really is amazing. So Joey's just working on a technical glitch right now. Let's see where we're at. We still have a few minutes here before we have to move on. So we'll Paul, I can't wait to post her once. And then Paul just put up Don just put up a comment. I got a lot of stuff. Looking at 5 different things. It is the most responsive group I belong to. It really is. It's a very responsive group. Great job. And that starts with administrators showing the way and showing folks how to get it done. So we've got Joey joining us here. We got the owner of Late Night Hobbies joining us tonight. Great to see you, Joey.
Hey, sorry, I don't have better lighting right now. My other computer can't find the camera anymore. So this is what I get.
No, that's fine. We get to see you. We can definitely hear you, which is great. Glad that you were able to join us.
Can you guys hear me?
I'm just yep, we can hear you. If you can hear us, just give us a wave. At least we'll know that you can hear us. You might be having a little bit of a technical issue with the internet. I think he's frozen up a bit. How about now, Joey? How we doing?
All right. How about now?
I can hear you. Hopefully you can hear us. If you can hear us, just give us a thumbs up. I can definitely hear you.
I don't think this computer is going to work, so we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to skip this. We can still do the giveaway, so make sure we definitely do the giveaway, and then I'll type some stuff in the chat to let you know what it's about.
Excellent. Yeah, why don't you do that, and I'll pull that up, and we'll go from there. So we were hearing you, Joey. If you wanted to talk, if you do end up hearing us. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, we lost him there for that technical issue. So we'll watch and we'll put some we'll watch what his comments come up here in the chat real quick. Let me get the slide up. You know, Paul, I'm a big fan of these kits, and the reason why is one is they're so easy to put together. They go together so well, and I was turned on to these. I remember twice. Yeah. One was I saw him at Amherst, and he was bringing these samples around of some of the buildings that he had printed, and I was like, "Wow, that's amazing! Can I have it?" And he's like, "No, it's a sample. I can't give it away." I'm like, I'd love. It was great. And then, John is talking about it, and John Farrington saying fantastic kits is the second time I was reminded of it. And he has, I believe, that single story flex structure style B, which you see in the top row center. And that makes a perfect, I used it for a propane company. And I think, John, you may have used it for a similar purpose, to throw in a comment and let us know, but they're great kits. It's a laser cut kit. Again, goes together so well, and it's these modern buildings that you see all the time. Paint them, get that brickwork the way you want it. I mean, you can do the side as concrete, you can do it as a brick face, you can do it in so many different options and configurations. And then he just came out with this awesome rail served wholesaler, which we were talking about as well. That's just doing that.
And I think you're right. A lot of the models, are modern, and they can be knocked around to reflect a lot of modern buildings or buildings 80 and upwards, So not one building would look the same. And I think that's a real plus.
Absolutely. He is saying, no, big news. Late Night Hobbies will be put on a very long pause. I'm dealing with a lot of updates in my home, and I cannot safely cut anything until all that's resolved. I'll tell you what, we're all going to hang on tight. And when you're ready to make these buildings again,
you let us know.
Yeah, because these are phenomenal. These are really great kits. You've come up with some really good stuff, Joey. So we're all rooting you on with your updates and everything else you're going on. And, we wish you all the best and everything speedy to get back up and running and making these awesome kits. I've got 2 of them here. They're assembled. They're right behind me. In fact, here's that kit, already put together, the one I'm going to make my propane company. I love it. It's all assembled. Now I just got to paint all the brick and get this thing on my layout, and definitely needs. And I love the fact that you can kind of make them your own a bit, especially with these flex buildings that these got, where you can, the warehouse, the rail serve one, you can put the warehouse on it or not. I've decided not to. And because it's fairly thin, I can make this kind of like a backdrop building too. So it definitely gets it up out of the way. Great kit. And we're all cheering you on, man. And can't wait to see you back up and making kits. So
one of the tricks, certainly on a shelf layout, when you want a backdrop, is you can basically cut up a standard kit and use all four walls as to make a larger industry along the back.
Absolutely.
And very effective.
Yep, absolutely. So he's got some really great things going here with these kits. Joey, we're pulling on, but he is going to, says the winner of the giveaway can choose any one kit on his site. There are 9 HO scale options and 1 N scale, only one, but hey, there is an N scale option for those that do N scale. And then again, Joey, I think you've got a hit here, and I really hope that you're able to get yourself back up and running. Well, I'm sure a lot of guys would be happy to put a pre-order in to help support things and get you going, because these are really neat. And I just think they're kits that you don't really see. I mean, we see some amazing Craftsman kits, but when it comes to these like brick style industrial buildings that are fairly modern or have been renovated, I mean, this is the stuff I see. I travel out, I've traveled a lot through New York and up through New England, and you see a lot of these buildings. So awesome. And Joey says if you choose N scale, he'll send 2 of the kits. So you'll get double there. So awesome selection here from Joey at Late Night Models. And again, pulling for you, man. Let's get you back up and running here soon. But let's give these the kit of your choice away to a member of the operating crew. And here we go. All right. Randy Timmerman is our winner of the Late Night Hobbies kit of their choice. Randy, we will reach out to you and get you in touch with Joey and get you figure out what your choice is and work that out with him. And congratulations. I'm sure you'll really enjoy that kit. And again, thank you, Joey, for all your support. And we're here to support you as well, my friend. So good luck to you, and all the renovations and things are going on, and glad you were able to at least stop by, and we saw your happy face for a few moments. So again, check his website out, latenightHobbies.com, and definitely keep checking back with him, and we'll definitely provide updates on our podcast here, how he's progressing. So thanks again. All right, rolling right into our next
right on time.
Awesome. We've got Adam from Ditchlight Productions. Adam, how are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
We're doing awesome, and we're just speeding along here tonight. We're giving away some awesome stuff, and you're here to help support that as well.
Yeah, I'm glad to be a part of this, giving away the calendars and all this year.
Yeah, that's great. So we've been talking a little bit about your calendars. Folks have been hearing it before the shows. We've been talking about the Ditchlight Productions calendars that you do. Why don't you tell us a little bit about them?
Well, I've been doing them for about 4 years now, and I've been putting them out there little by little, getting more and more exposure for them, and I've actually started experimenting with the Railroad Photography After Dark calendar this year to kind of give everybody a chance to submit their photos and get their work out there, because doing the night photography isn't easy. I mean, there's a lot of equipment and a lot of planning involved to it, so it's good to get those people out there. And the first one on there up on the left is mine, and that's my personal photography. I like to get out there every year.
Yeah, for sure. These some beautiful photographs. You sent me some samples here of some of these photos. You caught the NS Heritage Unit going through Hanover Township, which is a beautiful shot. Beautiful night photography, and then you've got some Buffalo and Pittsburgh, right, rolling through on that right left-hand side.
Yeah, I was grateful I was able to get those guys when I did, because I think a majority of those classic EMDs are off their tracks now and over in Ohio and Ohio Central.
Yeah. More evidence to the statement that I make, that just keep taking photos, because someday it'll be a golden era that you'll look back and say, oh, remember when we used to see this? So,
yeah, you never know.
You never know. So that's great that you've able to capture that, and some beautiful that shot of the steam locomotive there in Minersville. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So Minersville is a really neat place in PA. A lot of people don't really know about it, because we have a big draw with Reading and Northern in this area with their fantastic steam shop and their steam crew, and they run the 425 and 2102. But 113 is a nice little project started down there, and that was all restored outside. No inside shop work, completely built from the ground up, and they operate excursions on, I think, around maybe twice or three times a year. I was a volunteer there last year, so it was nice to get that going around Christmas time. And that's a neat shot there of the guys loading the coal the night before the run on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then another, looks like a real snowy nose on that NSEMD.
Yeah, that was an interesting shot. Like I said, that equipment is very very tricky to use. So it's either going to work or it's not going to work. And as you can see, if when it works, it can come out and turn out pretty nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So some great shots, 2 awesome calendars that you're giving away. I'm going to go back and look at the covers here. We're going to copy of Ditchlight Productions 2025 calendar, and then your Railroad Photography After Dark 2025 calendar. And last I checked, my calendar is about to run out, so I'm going to need a new one, and I'm sure folks are going to need a new one as well. So if they don't win tonight, we're going to draw 2 winners. We're going to get one for each of the calendars. If you don't win tonight, where can we go to order calendars from Ditchlight Productions?
You can find me on Facebook at Ditchlight Productions. I have them on there, and you could just private message me to figure out like what form of payment method you want to do through me to get those out to you as soon as possible. I'm going to start trying to get into finding a way to start a website pretty soon, but even if you can't find them on Facebook, if you don't use Facebook, I also have them listed on eBay. And you can also reach me at ak259901@gmail.com.
Excellent. And you can go to the last show notes, I believe, and you find your email address, or just go to facebook.com slash Ditchlight Productions. So facebook.com/Ditchlight Productions, and check out that as well. So let's draw some winners for these calendars. Let's start with the Ditchlight Productions 2025 calendar, and let's get a winner right now. That first calendar is going to Bruce Castle. Congratulations, Bruce.
Very nice.
Awesome stuff. And then let's get our winner for the After Dark calendar. Here we go. N-scale Train Boy. This comes in all scales. This is 1-to-1 scale calendar.
Look at
So
that.
this works out well for you. Congratulations, Dennis. We will get that calendar out to you. And let me just make sure I write this down. So congratulations, Dennis. Here, look at the crowd cheering for you as well. So congratulations to you. And Adam, awesome stuff. Always love these. I have a little bit of amateur photographer in me, and it's great to see you putting your stuff out there as well with these calendars. And we got to talk some rail photography at some point. Maybe we'll get you on the show. We can talk about taking rail photos. And
we've always discussed having an episode around photography, haven't we?
That's right. We sure have. So Adam, you make a great guest for that. So we'll be back in touch again soon for that. But thank you again for your support of Around the Layout Podcast and the operating crew and providing these awesome calendars for us to give away tonight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Thanks,
and I'll
Adam.
see you guys at Amherst.
We'll see you at Amherst. Happy holidays and enjoy for you and yours.
Happy holidays. See you later.
Take care. Awesome stuff. We're moving right along here. So we're at, look at that. We're going to get back on schedule here.
We're dead on schedule.
And helping us to do that is our friend Chuck Stansel from Logic Rail Technologies. Chuck.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Did you have a fast clock in front of you timing this out? Make sure you were on time.
Yeah, I should have done that actually. Yeah, I was freaking out here. I lost internet about 5 minutes or so ago. I'm like, oh crap. But yeah, it's back. So here I am. New shirt.
Yeah.
New shirt. Looks great on you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I heard you talk
sharp.
about it earlier. Yeah. I really good affordable prices. Shipping was very affordable, super fast. I took advantage of your Black Friday deal. So I ordered it late last week and it showed up yesterday.
Awesome. So
Good.
you took advantage of the tryptophan overdose sale that we put on over
Right,
there, but
exactly.
always a good deal in our store. We keep our prices low, so make these shirts affordable. And so yeah, glad you were able to stop into the shop aroundthelayout.com/crew and get yourself a shirt. So looking forward to talking a little tech with Logic
Yeah.
Rail Technologies, and we've got some slides that we're going to go through and
Okay.
check these out. So let's get that up here and take it away, Chuck.
Very good. Yeah, you go ahead. Next slide. Okay, so this time around, we're going to give away a different product. Last time we did our Gray Crossing circuit, Gray Crossing Pro 2. This time we're going with one of our simpler circuits we call the Signal Animator 2. The brief genesis of this product, the original generation, goes back into the 90s. I had a local friend say, you know, I know you've got some rather sophisticated signal circuits, which I did at the time. And he said, you just need something simple. You know, just give me a sensor and change the colors when the train goes by. That's interesting. So I just basically breadboarded one. Anybody that's kind of techie understands that term. And you know, threw one his way. And I thought, you know what? There's probably a lot of guys like this, like my friend Ken. So anyway, that was the genesis of this product. This is the second generation. It's very simple how it works. Sensor, which is included either a photocell or infrared components, senses the train. When a train goes over the sensor, signal turns red, train clears the sensor, and now a time delay kicks in. So it's, you know, we use the word animator for a reason. It's not really a true signal circuit, and we don't pretend that it is. And then after the adjustable time delay, which you can adjust anywhere from a second to a little over 2 minutes, it'll change color. So then go to yellow, and then another equal time delay goes back to green. So it's very simple. Like I said, you know, just a way to get those lifeless block signals, you know, making color changes, if you will, under, you know, some semblance of train detection, basically. And then we've got a random mode. This is kind of cool for simulating phantom trains. So if you turn that mode on, just, you know, again, as the word implies, at random times it'll just cycle through the colors, and it'll vary the time delay between the color changes to kind of simulate trains of different lengths coming through at different times. So kind of neat too. And then there's multiple versions of it based on the type of signal. So I'd say the vast majority of signals on the market today are LED based, and they're common anode or common positive. So, you know, things like BLMA signals, which is now Atlas, Tomar signals, you know, the Weonda signals a lot of folks get off of eBay. All those are pretty much common anode. So their basic circuit handles those. If you've got older bulb signals or semaphore motors that use a tortoise and that kind of thing, or position lights, then we've got a different version for that. And then one for the few signals that are out there, like the Atlas type G signals, which are common cathode or common negative. So we pretty much cover the whole spectrum with this part of our product line. If you go to the next slide, right? So we're not only giving the circuit away, we're going to give you a signal, and we're going to give you a choice of HO or N scale. If you're O scale or S scale, sorry, we just have HO and N to offer. But these are signals made by Tomar. They're both searchlight with, and they're more I'll call it modern construction. So it has individual green, yellow, red elements within the single lens, if you will. So really, really good color representation, and works with the aforementioned Signal Animator 2. So again, you know, whoever wins, just let us know, you know, HO or N scale, and we'll include the appropriate scale signal for you.
That's awesome. Chuck, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
Being a signal guy, have you thought about if you've got a single line block, that you, with one module, that you'd have a signal at each end of the block, then as the train approaches, it would enable you to have a train go through, hold the other signal back, and then once a train passes, you could bring another train through that block the other way. You know, it would make, because I know a lot of modelers do have those block sections, and what they don't want to do is have multiple blocks and multiple modules.
Sure.
But that last module you showed is like half of what you would need
right
to do that. to do a single block? Have you thought about anything like that?
Not exactly. I thought where you were first going was just with the 2 signals kind of at each end of a block. That actually we do have. So the bigger brother to the signal animator 2, we call the block animator 2.
Right.
It's a little more intelligent, uses a total of 4 sensors, essentially 2 per signal. And so in that regard, it can sense, are you going east to west or west to east?
Yeah.
And then basically cycles the aspects or the colors
Okay.
in a little more prototypical manner. What you described, Paul, I'll have to think on a little bit because it doesn't do what you've just described, but that's interesting
Yeah.
food for thought.
Yeah, the other one would be a lot of the old searchlight signals and the like would only light up on approach. So you could have a sensor in advance that the signal lights up an aspect
Yep.
and then clears through and then blacks out again at the back. That's
Sure.
That's some of the early US signaling I came across was interesting.
Yeah. So, and I know I'm not giving that product away tonight, but that block animator 2 actually does have approach lighting capability, as well as something we call True Lamp 2, which True Lens 2, which simulates the bounce that you get on a searchlight signal when it's transitioning. Yep. Okay. So I'm probably running short on time. Just real brief. So what else do we do for those that don't know? Signal circuits. We talked about 2 of the 3. The Gray Crossing Pro 2. That's our most popular product. Gave that away last time. Signals we offer made by different manufacturers. You guys can read the slide. Ray mentioned fast clocks. Yep, we've got 3 different networks that we support now, including the latest LCC. And then probably my most favorite product, and go back to November of last year when Ray had me on the show with Tony Cook, and we talked about the Light Effect 16 board. So go back and listen to that podcast, or just go to our website and get more information on that. And the last thing I want to throw out there is, because I keep hearing people talking about Springfield/Amherst, first time ever, I'm going to be there. I found out this the other day, I'll be in the Stroh building. Don't remember the table number off the top of my head, but that's not a big building, so come find us.
No, Stroh Building's a good place to be. You'll be with the Spring Creek Model Train folks, and so you'll be in a good spot, and definitely come find you and check out all these awesome offerings from Logic Rail Tech. And again, if you want to find out more about what he has going on, don't have it up here, but Paul will put it up here. We'll put up your your website, which is logicrailtech.com. So folks, check that out. A lot of awesome offerings, a lot of folks here in the chat. We've got so many positive comments about Logic Rail Tech in the chat. We can't even keep up with it. So great stuff coming from Chuck, and look forward to seeing what you've got in store next, and check out your stuff on your website and your Facebook page. I'm sorry, trying to run director and talk at the same time. I don't have that kind of talent. So let's get the wheel up. We're going to find out who's going to win these awesome prizes. Make sure I get it right. The Signal Animator 2 and the choice of either an HO or an N scale Tomar Searchlight. So let's get the wheel up. The wheel's ready to go, and let's give it a spin. Just squeaked over to Michael Neal. Michael, congratulations. You're the winner. We will get you in touch with Chuck to get that arranged, to get that shipped to you, and find out what your choice is of either HO or N scale. I was thinking the whole time, maybe I could put a fast clock up here right in front of me to keep time. I just have to set it to 1-to-1 scale, but it'd still be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun. So Matt Forkham talking about their grade crossing stuff. And we just saw, Don Iris was talking about how great they were. And we saw John Parker talking about it, and on and on. So a lot of good names in the hobby talking about Chuck and Logic Rail Tech. You should definitely check out his product offerings on his website. Again, logicrailtech.com. Awesome. Chuck, thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your support of Around the Layout podcast. The shirt looks great on you. Hope to see you in it again very soon. So until then, happy holidays to you and yours.
Christmas. Same to you. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Enjoy. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I love that techie stuff. It's just really cool. Light animation stuff. And Boy, that segues right into our next guest here, and I think for at least this segment, these lights have got to go on, right?
I think so.
We got to turn this on, because this thing is absolutely awesome, and the creator of this is joining us tonight. Good to see you, my friend.
Hello, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you perfectly. We can hear you perfectly. Great to see you, and get to have you on here live where the sign is live. You did a beautiful job on this Around the Layout podcast sign that you were so gracious to give me, and now hangs here in the studio looking really good. And when I got this thing, I was just so tickled. I mean, it was just so stinking cool. And you did just professionally done. I was just really blown away by your work.
Well, I appreciate that.
Awesome.
I'm glad you like the lights, since I didn't really tell you I was going to do that.
Yeah. Oh, that is just absolutely amazing. And, I come in here, I'll find myself just sitting here and, doing whatever work, and I'll just turn them and I'll just flip them on for a few minutes just to see it. I love grade crossings anyway. And then, incorporated it into my logo, and then you to bring it to life is certainly really cool. So appreciate you doing that for me. And, again, craftsmanship is top notch on this thing. It is absolutely beautiful.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
So tell us about 1810 Designs.
Well, 1810 Designs is our kind of a hobby business. It's a side hustle right now. We have a little shop in the backyard, and I started out just, doing whatever woodworker does, building, woodworking things. But I've been into model trains since I was like 3. And so I had the idea of why not combine the two. And then a couple of Christmases ago, I made a deal where it was like a 3D layered old like Chevrolet pickup. I was like, hey, I could do that with trains. And so I thought it was an original idea. Apparently it wasn't. Somebody else has done the same thing before, but we're putting our spin on it and doing that. And then also offering custom signs like for your logo or anybody else's logo. I know lots of guys have, freelance or proto freelance or railroads where, I think it'd be cool to have something like that where you could put, your logo on the wall coming into the train room. Or I've started making, you see, I gotta figure out which way these signs that are like kind of a vintage looking to the trains. They were signs to the old railroad stations pointing to the trains. There's a couple of pictures of those, and so things like that. I'm working on a novelty one that says "Don't flush the train while it's in the station." Things you can hang around your railroad room, or to the hall to your railroad room, or wherever. I think we all like to hang some stuff, and when you love trains, you love trains. So
yeah,
amazing.
Yeah, and if you love if you love logos, if you love signage and everything else, I mean, this is just so much fun to be able to do this and have something, and especially 3-dimensional the way you're making them, just that pop that provides.
Yeah, that's something I really like that you can get some detail in there and add some depth of field, and it looks really cool. And so eventually in the near future we'll have what I call a railhead. That's what I've termed them, and that's like locomotive front ends. You can kind of see one over my shoulder here that's still in the concept phase, and they'll have working lights and somewhat of an interior and things of that nature. So right now we've got licensing with Norfolk Southern, so most of our stuff will be with Norfolk Southern, but I'm working on other railroads. So
we have an Australian manufacturer that does them as well with lights.
Oh,
yeah,
I'll have to look that up.
Have a look at Aucision, AUSCISION. If I find the link, I'll let you know. But yeah, you can purchase exactly for Australian locomotives.
Well, that's great for Australian, but when you want a North American one, we're talking about 1810 Designs, especially NS, and we know we've got some good NS fans in the group. I've kind of become partial to NS, and we've got some NS employees that we've talked to as well. So keep those Norfolk Southern units coming. Looking forward to seeing what you get there. I know you're a stickler for detail. I know that. You were talking about the railhead, and you weren't quite And that's good. That's good to hear. I mean, I look at this sign, and I keep going back to this one, but this is just, even the way you put the switch in the bottom, it's just it's sunk in perfectly. It's just a professional, just so clean install. And then you provided the brackets and everything to mount it on the wall. I had this thing up out of the box after I did the little unboxing video. This thing was on the wall in minutes, and it looks great. And again, you provided everything, including the rubber bumpers, everything I needed to put this on. And when you see this, it still doesn't do it justice. I bring people in my office that come to the house, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, anybody who stops by, come see this. You got to come in and see and flip the light on. And I mean, just the detail, even the detail you did in the lettering in the crossbuck is all 3D as well. So just an absolute beautiful job. So you're on to something, my friend.
I do have a problem.
What's that?
I have a problem with trying to make sure everything's perfect, and that's why we switched last minute from doing a railhead, because I couldn't get it the way I wanted it to be, and put it out there. I want it to be something like that. I want whatever we're producing art wise to be something you want to show family, friends, everybody who comes over. That's the goal for everything that we produce.
Absolutely. And I think you're on to that, and you've got that mentality. You've got a mentality of it has to be right. And that's a good one to have, especially in this hobby. And, you know, as nitpicky as we can be as model railroaders, it's good to make sure that you get it just right. And I'm sure you're going to do that, because you got this just right. This is absolutely beautiful. So, but really appreciate
these railheads. I've gone as far. Sorry, I keep
no,
cutting you off.
no, that's okay. It's just the delay and everything. So go ahead and tell us what you were going to say.
So even on these railheads, I've gone as far as trying to find the original paint codes for these locomotives, which proved to be a lot harder than I thought it ever would be. But we're making progress there. So
awesome stuff. Andy's asking where we can find you. Again, why don't you put that link up there, 1810designs.com. And I did find if you type in 1810designs.com, it will take you to 1810designs.com. So you've got it covered both ways, but 1810designs.com. Get on the website. And I believe, you know, any of the custom stuff, they can reach right out to you through the website as well.
Yes.
Awesome stuff. So. All right. So tell us about what we're going to be giving away. You talked about some wall art.
We're going to give away a piece of custom wall art. So whoever wins, hopefully they have a logo they want to get done. Hopefully they have like their own railroad logo or whatever. And we will produce a sign. If it'll allow for lights, we'll put lights in it. I'm not going to put lights just in something to randomly put in lights, but we're talking about a piece that's going to be roughly a 12 by 12 piece. So
awesome stuff.
Which for reference raises 14 inches. So roughly the same size.
Yep. It was absolutely perfect. I had, measured up and you got it exactly right. Commissioned them and used the logo. I mean, it's dead on the brand. That's for sure.
Galen, do you ship international?
I will for this if we have to. That's not a problem.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think Paul's already got a design already going. Paul's got a this one. This is going to take an entire show to talk about what Paul wants on his sign. So we'll have to get back to that one. But Paul's got a logo that I think would be an awesome sign for his layout room. So I'm sure he's.
I agree. I've seen Paul's logo. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Paul, get with me. We'll talk.
No worries.
And then if and this is a good one from Roger Coleman. If they win, can we get an ATLP sign? And why not? I guess that'd be a good choice. So
if Ray's good with that, I'm good with that.
I'm good with that. It'd be great to see the logo around in places. So let's get the wheel up and let's find who's going to win this awesome wall art from 1810 Designs. Campbell Rice. I know he's got a logo.
Yeah,
Tennessee Southern. He's gonna enjoy this. So Campbell Rice is the winner of the awesome wall art from 1810 Designs. Sorry, I can't write and talk at the same time. So awesome stuff. Congratulations, Campbell. Let's get the crowd cheering for Campbell Rice winning this awesome sign. Again, congratulations. And Gallen, thank you so much for all the nice work you've done here. I appreciate this. This is just a treasure to me to have this sign. And again, love showing it off and having it here in the background in the studio. So thank you for that. And thank you for your support of Around Layout Podcast's operating crew.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Awesome.
And I've sent you a message in Facebook, Gallen, so on Messenger.
He's already got his order started, so that'll be awesome. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with.
People can reach out to us. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have TikTok, or the website, any of those ways. So
awesome
Excellent.
Stuff. All righty, sir. Well, on behalf of all of us, happy holidays to you and yours, and we'll be talking to you again very soon.
Sounds good. Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas. Enjoy.
That's a fantastic product.
Ain't that nice? That sign is so darn cool. I'm tickled with it. And like I said, I couldn't get it up on the wall fast enough. And I just am loving the heck out of it. So
that's great. I can't believe this. We're dead on time to the minute.
Almost, and we're gonna hit play on this. So our friends at Scale Trains, they are right now in Tennessee having themselves one heck of a Christmas party. So they couldn't come here live, but they did send a video, and our friend Shane Wilson. So we're going to hit play on that and hear what Shane has to say. Here we go.
Welcome to Scale Trains. Hey, thanks so much.
Oh no, don't stop.
Ray, for inviting us to be a part of the Operating Crew's annual giveaway. We really appreciate it. I'm so sorry that we can't be with you live tonight. You know, the entire Scale Trains family from across the country is visiting us here in Tennessee for our annual Christmas party. So we're having a lot of fun, and I sure hope folks watching are having a great time tonight too. And as we get started, I want to say thank you guys so much. You know, the ATLP crew, you guys really stepped up in a huge way and helped us with the Hurricane Helene relief. With your help and all the other folks that chipped in, we were able to raise over $50,000 in-kind donations, in monetary donations. It was incredible. So thank you for making a difference in people's lives. And you know, one thing we want to do tonight is do a giveaway, right? That's what we're here for. And so we're going to give away a gift code that's the equivalent of a DCC and sound locomotive in either HO or N-Scale to one lucky winner. So good luck on that. And while we're talking about things that have been happening, you know, it's been a great year at Scale Trains. We've had some new announcements this year and some new deliveries. Everything from the HO AC44 C6M to the HO GP40s and some other surprises as well this year. And one of those is right here on the table. These are the CSX Heritage units. The first 5 are on the way to us right now. They'll be here in mid-December. And of course, early this year, we announced the HO GP40s. Those are on the way to us too. And they're in another container that'll land in the middle of December too. So some pretty exciting new releases just in time for the end of the year. And as we look ahead to 2025, you know, we're back on the road trip. We're now at 44 states, so just 6 states to go. We'll finish up the continental U.S. And, you know, if you're in the upper Midwest, like Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, up through that area, we'll be there. We'll also be in the Southeast. And then next year, of course, Alaska and Hawaii, and we'll wrap up the road trip. And then, of course, the big show that kicks off the year. I know, Ray, you'll be there, and I'm sure a lot of the folks from the operating crew. That's the Railroad Hobby Show at the end of January. Man, be sure you stop by our combined booth with Virtual Railfan. A lot of exciting things happened on the Virtual Railfan side of the house that we'll be previewing. We should have the all-new television app to share with you, as well as the mobile app. Probably won't be live just yet at that point, but you'll be able to see those in person. A lot of new locations. We just had Johnstown, Pennsylvania go up in the last week or so, and we'll have some new locations in December and some more in January. So a lot of great things happen on the Virtual Railfan side, and we're going to keep that $4.99 website subscription price at least through when we launch, and then you'll probably see that price increase at that point. And then on the Scale Train side of the house, man, you guys have been asking for it for a long time. We are going to make our first HO scale announcement in a brand new era. And so you'll want to be sure to drop by the booth first thing on Saturday morning to see what that is. And we probably will have a couple of other surprises too. And as I wrap up, hope you all had a really wonderful Thanksgiving. Looking ahead, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Thanks so much for your support. Wish you all the best. God bless.
Wow, some exciting news there.
Yeah, awesome stuff coming out of Scale Trains, good friends of ours and awesome supporters of the podcast. And got to see Shane during the road trip this past year. And boy, they just hitting all 50 states. And, eventually they'll get to Alaska, they'll get to Hawaii, and, getting around and meeting people at the ground level. And, that's really cool when you get able to make that face-to-face contact with these manufacturers and realize that they're modelers too, and they share the same passions and everything else. It's just really cool to be able to have that access. And when they hit the road and come to you, that's just very, very special. So tonight, as Shane hinted in the video, we're giving away a $300 gift certificate to Scale Trains. That'll be to choose what you'd like, whether it be an HO or an N scale locomotive. That'll be your choice, but $300 for our friends at Scale Trains. So let's get the wheel up and let's find out who's going to win. And why aren't we? There we go.
Yep.
We gotta be on the screen too. We got to be able to watch this. Here we go. All right, Troy, you're the winner of the $300 gift certificate from Scale Trains. Once I write your name down here. Congratulations to you. I'm sure you'll be hitting their website and check out more on Scale Trains on their website. That's scaletrains.com. So check that out. And again, thank you to all of the folks, Drayton, Blackgrove, and Shane Wilson, and the entire team at Scale Trains for your support of the Around the Layout podcast.
For sure. That's a great prize. And I wonder what the new era locomotive is going to be announced at Amherst next month.
And I think they do those live too. So you'll be able to, if you don't make it up to Amherst, I think when they do the announcements, they do stream them on their Facebook page. I mean, they've got the virtual rail fan. And if you can't make Amherst, I know they set up virtual rail fan cams at Amherst. So you can check it out and watch everybody go by and wave at you as you watch the show from afar. So very cool stuff from both.
That news too, that there'll be a TV app and a app for phones for virtual rail fan. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, they were definitely heading in the right, and then getting involved with Scale Trains is definitely helping virtual rail fan as well. Very forward thinkers at Scale Trains, and combining all those mentalities, it's going to be really great to see what comes out of there. So,
yep. Okay, I think we've got Kevin in the wings there.
Yeah, we're running 3 minutes early. Look at us go! I mean, it's almost like we know what we're doing here. This is absolutely amazing. Yeah. So, Kevin, good to see you, my friend.
Good evening.
So Kevin's joining us from Tully Models, which represents two brands. We've got Southern Tier Grain Modeler Supply and Steel Mill Modeler Supply. And great to have you here once again. We just recently talked and had an awesome episode. We were talking about model railroad industries, and boy, that's been a hit. And a lot of folks chatting about how much that's opened their eyes to, making changes to their model railroading industry. So I'm so glad you were able to join me to have that chat.
Yeah, that was a really fun show to do. I feel like there's so much to cover that we, that could have been more of a Joe Rogan show where it was like 4 hours long.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 3.5 hours tonight is going to probably be more than I've been able to cover. So an hour at a time is usually what I can handle. So we'll continue to do those hour long and have multiple segments, because I don't know if I could pull off a Joe Rogan marathon.
Well, we may beat second section.
Yeah, well, those guys are the marathon runners. I'm a sprinter. And
Yeah,
when I say
right on.
sprinter, I mean, very short bursts. So yeah, no, those guys have the marathon going on. I've got the short burst. And but no, it was great to have that conversation with you. And like you said, there's so much to cover in that topic. And look forward to having you back. I know you've already shot me some new ideas to have additional shows on that topic, and we will definitely have you back on, and we'll open that up to more conversations. So
Happy to do it. Happy to do it.
So tell us what's new over at Tully Models between the two companies.
Well, I've got some new products coming out. I'm working on ACMX 402, which is the shorter well car that looks like the 400 401 car. The 402 car was based out of York, Pennsylvania. So that'll be a really good car for the Eastern modelers to use. Not that they didn't travel across the country, but that's a good car. I have in Southern Tier, we've got a transload facility for like a smaller siding kind of deal where they're just using one chute on the bottom of the covered hopper to empty into either a building or into a truck, directly into a truck. I think that'll be a big hit. Was hoping to release it a few days ago, but I decided that with how many of the other products have been flying off the printers because of the magazine exposure and being on your show, that I better get a few dozen of them in the bags ready to go so that people aren't waiting for those.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you've been busy. You've been adding equipment to the operation. You've just been cranking it out.
I have. It's the normal order volume here is roughly 30 or 40 orders a month, and in the last well, I have been saying 9 weeks, but now I'm gonna have to go out to like the last 13 weeks. There's been like 180 orders.
Wow.
And it's just been insanity. I never expected any of this stuff to have that kind of volume, but that's why I keep adding printers. I mean, there's a point where there's only one of me, and I have no intention of having. I'm going to tease Matt. I'm no Matt Herman with 3 or 4 employees. He's a good friend, and I like tease him about that. But I don't have any intention to do that. I operate out of my house, so that wouldn't be practical. But
yeah. You're maybe a little part timer when the young gun there that usually pops in behind. I didn't see him tonight, but
no,
maybe a little part timer to give you a hand from time to time. That'll be good.
Interestingly, he's upstairs watching a program about, as they say it here in Illinois, Cairo, Illinois, where the Illinois Central, I guess the Illinois Central terminus was, or where they started the railroad from. Apparently, I watched a little bit of the video with him, but then he wants to watch a video about USS Grant, so he's getting his history fix on tonight.
Yeah, definitely nothing wrong with that. That's for sure. So, one thing I was preparing for tonight's show, and I was putting the slides together, and I popped on your Facebook feed and through the website. And one thing we didn't talk about, probably just another topic that could take up an hour, these loads that you've been doing as well. We talked about industries, but how about getting the components to the industries and how much fun you could have doing that with these different high and wides that you've been building.
Yeah, I'm kind of a nerd for loads. I think we jokingly talked one time about when guys go rail fanning, they're like, "Oh, I saw this Heritage unit today," or "I saw this, SP engine that was still in SP, nosebleed paint or something like that." Well, or they saw this particular, box car. I'm the guy that's like foaming over at the mouth about seeing some kind of goofy load go by on a flat car.
Yeah.
And that makes my day rail fanning. So I have a huge file of flat car and gondola loads that I want to do. I'm actually going to be coming out with very soon. I'm going to be coming out with a flat car deck for the Schnabel cars. Most of the Schnabel car models, like the Bachmann one that was super popular, that's sitting right here in the red box, They come with a specific load, but they don't come with the flat car decks, and they actually do have flat car decks for those. And I'm going to be releasing one of those to fit the Bachmann model. I don't know how popular it'll be, but hopefully guys will like it. And I've got several more loads that'll be released by the time Amherst rolls around.
Awesome stuff. And yeah, just all these the neat, and then this is really neat. You took this prototype and made it, the within that Allis Chalmers car that you built there too.
Yeah, so I have a photo of that Francis turbine inlet housing in that car. That's one of my loads that I have a photo of. Gunner,
there he is.
Yes, Gunner. What's up, bud?
Hello.
All right, hello there. I know you can't hear us, but
fun fact you would all probably like to know is that the Embarcadero freeway was
real quick.
Was a freeway in San Francisco that that got demolished because it blocked off historical sites.
Okay. All right. We'll see you, buddy.
Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. Good to see
right
you.
on.
He's having fun. That's great.
So then I found this photo on this GSC flat car where they had blocked it all up. I actually talked with my friend Joe Farr about that. I'm actually thinking I'll probably draw up the two other pieces of it so that we could sell that as a load too, because it's just cool.
Yeah, awesome
Great stuff.
Yeah, you got some really cool stuff there. And so tell us what you're going to be giving away tonight, Kevin.
So tonight we're going to give away $100 gift certificate for Southern Tier Grain Modeler Supply, and a $100 gift certificate for Steel Mill Modeler Supply, and that can be used in conjunction with a larger order, or you can use you can just use it for $100 worth of stuff. But it covers everything on the website.
Awesome stuff. Well, really appreciate your support of the ATLP operating crew and giving up these awesome prizes for us tonight. So we're going to pull the wheel up and we're going to select two winners. We're going to start with the winner for the $100 gift certificate to Steel Mill Modeler Supply, and we'll give that wheel a spin right now. And here we go.
I missed my own name by just a minute.
Christopher Spinney, you are the winner of
Nice.
the $100. See, I can't write and talk at the same time. I should write as
Steel Mill Modelers.
Yeah, Steel Mill Modeler Supply $100 gift certificate. Congratulations to you for that. And we're gonna spin one more time for the winner for the $100 Southern Tier gift certificate. Here we go. And that is Dave Dane. Congratulations, Dave. You are the winner of that gift certificate to Southern Tier Grain Modeler Supply. You'll be able to update your industries like we talked about on the podcast, be able to get some awesome prizes. So congratulations. We'll get the crowd cheering for both of you. And congratulations again. And thank you for being members of the operating crew. Kevin, thank you so much for coming by and supporting the podcast. Again, if you are looking to add or enhance your steel mills, your grain mills, you want an awesome load to put on your cars, you want a whole bunch of different cool stuff, all 3D, check out tullymodels.com. Kevin, you're doing an awesome job. Awesome to see the development you've made with your company over the last few years, and looking forward to seeing what's next out of Tully Models.
Thanks, man. We'll see you guys at Amherst.
Everybody seems to be gathering at Amherst. It's going to be a great time. So looking forward to seeing you in Springfield, my friend.
All right. We'll see you, man.
Talk soon.
Take care, Paul.
All right. His stuff, I mean, just really awesome stuff out of Tully Models. And, I eventually got to get my my button gear and get my grain mill built up, and, having conversations with him just get me all wound up about, doing something a little better, getting rid of that, 100% Walther's thing and just kind of creating my own thing and getting it
that's what
more looking like my own thing. That's
I've been in
kind of the
contact with
idea.
Kevin as well, looking at adding additional parts to the grain terminal. When I build my exhibition layout, I'll be using Kevin's structures in that as well, because the detail is just incredible.
Absolutely. He's doing some amazing stuff. So thanks for him for supporting the podcast and do it. So, all right, we are on to check it out. 50-foot high cubes. Our folks at friends
your
at,
favorite.
Yeah, Prairie Shadows could not join us tonight, but I do want to give them their due, which is some really great stuff coming out of Prairie Shadows, and we've got a couple cars to give away from them. Of course, we got to talk about 50-foot high cubes, and they're doing an all new tooling. Some really great cars out of them. Awesome detail on these cars, and a great price point, in my opinion. You get all these details, you get all this, and $49.99 I think is a very affordable. And it comes with KD couplers. They're just doing it right. Yeah. So Prairie Shadows, and of course the big news, I believe, came out of Train Fest. They announced their run of the GP20C Eco locomotive, which is going to be really cool. I know a lot of Canadian Pacific fans are excited to see that locomotive come out of Prairie Shadows. So really cool stuff coming out of that company, and really proud to have their support here on the Round Layup podcast. We had them on. We had a whole group of them on in the What's Happening show back in, I think it was mid 2024. If you want, go back and listen to that episode. They talk about how they got started and some of the other projects and give us hints as the stuff that was going on. And one thing they did provide to us, they provided us 2 cars to give away. These are the HO Scale Trenton Works 5250 hoppers. This is their second run of them. These cars were built between 1995 and 1996 by Trenton Works out of Nova Scotia. They built multiple lots of hoppers for Canadian Grain Service. And at that time, these cars held 500 cubic foot more than the average hopper on the rails. This made them popular for railroads like Canadian National, who built over 1,000 of these cars. Besides CN, other companies such as Saskatchewan Wheat Pool built multiple lots of cars that offered eye-catching pool paint schemes. Over the years, these cars changed hands from various owners, including Norfolk Southern, FURX, NOKL, and St. Mary's Railway. Prairie Shadows is excited to bring this car to the HO scale market for the first time ever. It includes 5 body variations, 3 outlet grain variations, toggle lock, Holden, Hylar, 3 handbrake variations, Univar, Ajax, and Elecon National. 2 styles of trough hatches, 2 different end frame ladders, and 2 variation of train brake lines. I mean, just detail. Awesome selection on their website. A lot of different road numbers, which is always cool. You can build yourself up a nice pool of cars without having to re-decal everything, which is always a nice thing to do. And again, a price point of $49.99 US is just really, really well done for this level of detail on these cars. So you can check out all of their offerings at prairieshadows.com. Again, we're going to give away 2 of the cars. We're going to start with the CN Trenton Hopper, and then we'll do the WCRC pool car. So let's get that pulled up here.
I love the WCRC, thanks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like the CN too, because the CN noodle's always pretty cool too. Yeah. So let's give this a minute here. Okay. And we'll give the wheel a spin. This is for the CN version. And here we go. Keith, you are the winner of the CN Trenton Hopper. Nice. Congratulations, Keith. I'm going to make sure I write down CN Keith. And let the crowd go wild while I do that. And then we will now give away the pool. Was it WCRC, Paul? Did I say that right? Yeah. Okay. Here we go. And that it goes to Bill Carey. Bill, congratulations we will get these cars shipped out to you. I will reach out to you because I have them in my possession, so they'll ship right out of Plainfield, Connecticut. So we will get those cars out to you. If you didn't win tonight, again, check out their website, prairieshadows.com. It's a website I have to stay off of because it would empty my wallet buying all those 50-foot high cubes, but they do an amazing job. Great offerings from their company, and really excited to see what comes next out of Prairie Shadows. So again, prairieshadows.com. Thank you to Jeff and everyone at Prairie Shadows for supporting Around the Layout podcast and the ATLP operating crew. How are we doing on time, Paul? We're still cranking away.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we're right on schedule, actually. A little bit early, actually. We're waiting on Ken Jr. from Train World.
Yep, he'll be joining us. Yeah, go ahead, Paul.
We do have Dr. Minnie there if he wanted to put Bernard ahead and keep us on time.
Yeah, that'll actually buy him a little bit of extra time, too. Dr. Minnie himself, Bernard Helen, has joined us. Good to see you, Bernard. How are you?
Good. How are you guys? Merry happy holidays.
Yes, Merry
Getting cool out
everything.
there.
Is it cool? Is it nice and cool up in Toronto?
Yeah, we got snow for the first time this week.
As did we. We got I don't know, about yay much or so. Yeah, just about enough.
A mini amount.
Yeah, mini amount. And speaking of mini whatever, but this has just been, we talk about cool things that have happened this year, and for this to have happened is just absolutely humbling, and it's a lot of fun. And when you buy it yourself, it's cool, but when you start to see other people putting it on their layout, it's just a really humbling experience. But you did such an awesome job with the scan. I'm glad we picked the pose we did because it hides my face and it makes it easy to model. But what's amazing is the likeness. When I hand it to somebody, they know exactly. It's like, that's you. Like, they know it's not just some generic thing. It's me. And and you've done it for so many folks. And of course, credit going to Mike H.O. Trains for the painting. And then of course, this is his scene. And I don't know if it's so safe for me to be up on those cinder blocks. That's why I bought a drone, so I don't have to climb on top of things. But for mini me, I guess it'll be all right for him. He can hang out up there.
Exactly.
But a lot of fun. We did the scan, and then that whole trip. I mean, between getting scanned by you at St. Louis, and then our rail fanning trip out to I'm trying to remember the station. Maybe you remember it. All I remember is hanging out with Mike Ostertag and you and Tony Cook and Shane Mason and the whole crew that was there. And we just had a blast, even though we didn't see a train the entire time.
But we had 3 drones, so that was okay.
Yeah, it was more like it was a drone party. It was supposed to rail fan thing turned into a drone party, but we had a lot of fun yakking about drones and everything else, and just had a really nice time there. And it was good to hang out with you and all those folks as well. So,
and we'll do it again in Springfield.
Yes, we will be hanging out. It looks like we're going to have a really big crew up there in Springfield, which is going to be an absolute blast to see everybody up there.
Yeah, I just had John Sacerdoti on my Mini Prince monthly live last night. So
awesome.
we were already talking a little bit about the show, and it sounds like this year is going to be last year. It sounds like it's going to be a really, really big, really good show this year. And we will, of course, be there scanning again. So, and I've opened up the scanning registrations already for Springfield. So there's going to be an opportunity to scan and miniaturize, shrink a whole bunch more people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's you do an awesome job with that. And the collection of people that you have on your website, miniprints.com, just a amazing collection of kind of the who's who of model railroading that you got going.
Well, it's been about 350 people, and I just scanned. I scanned George Celios last year when I was down at Springfield, and I scanned Tony Custer in Rochester, scanned Jerry Leone and David Pop at
Train
the
Fest.
most recent Milwaukee
Train Fest. Yep.
So yeah, it's really fun because we're going to be able to start. They're like trading cards. We're going to be able to like, I'll give you like 2 Tony Custers for George Chelios and a Ray or not. It's it's gonna be like need it, want it, got it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, you got to collect the whole action figure set. That's for sure. Yeah,
Exactly.
and there's a few more that I've got that I would love to see scanned. We'll have to get them lined up and get them to one of the events where you're scanning so we can get them included in the group. We're going to get Paul to fly over here. We got so much. Paul, you're going to have such an agenda when you get over here. We got to get you to Amherst. We got to get you out Midwest. We got to get you scanned. We got just so much for you to do. So book some time off and get over here. So
and Springfield is the time to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's gonna be a really fun show. And I'm in a new location right in the center, which is fun. So there's going to be Nick from ITLA on one corner, myself, the Scenic Express people.
Okay.
On another corner, and the Model Railroad Hobbyist magazine. So we're going to be right smack dab in the middle of what's called Broadway in Maine. So right in the middle of the show. So it's going to be a good location. We will of course have our YouTube meet and greet again, which we have every year in the Mini Prints booth. That'll probably be the Saturday at 12 noon. So all YouTubers are welcome. And it's just, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't believe it's only like 8 weeks away, something like that.
Yeah, it's if even that many, I guess. Yeah, maybe about 8 weeks away, and they're gonna fly. And I'm doing a show this weekend. I mentioned I'm gonna be at the Hub Show in Marlboro, Mass. Kind of the warm up for me for Amherst. We test everything out, make sure everything works, and it's a good time to do that. And plus, it's a great little show, and so we're going to be doing that, and then we're going to be obviously looking forward to Amherst and being able to see a whole bunch of folks, including yourself. So we're definitely going to have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. So I thought I'd just sort of show a few things on the website. What's new? This is miniprints.com. And we are featuring, of course, the holiday. So there's a whole section on the website as I've got it on a different monitor here. Let me just, which one am I sharing? This one. Okay. So yeah, so you can definitely go if you're interested, if you're in the holiday spirit, you can click shop holiday, and we have a whole bunch of holiday themed items, including our brand new, and the stockings were hung by the fireplace with care. So there's a lot of fun stuff there. You know that Mini Prints loves the things that are a little bit different, a little bit odd. Certainly the things that are mini. So there's the holiday thing, which I think is kind of fun.
Awesome.
What else is new? Let's see. In the new arrivals, I've added 2 new speeders. These are models done by Steve Gardner. Emus is I've been running out of birds and animals, so I finally got around to emus. There are some fantastic models that I picked up from the Model Mechanic. So this is a landscape trailer that Mike H.O. trains. Mike paints all of my custom painted stuff. So he came up with a custom paint of it as a CN utility trailer, which I don't think exists, but it does now, and it looks pretty cool.
It does.
So this is a special limited Mike H.O. trains limited edition, which I think just looks fantastic.
Looks awesome. Very nicely done.
Let me just switch here into US dollars. So yeah, he did an amazing job on that. And I picked up, since Shapeways went away, I picked up a lot of models from a number of designers. Model Mechanic is one of them. He did this trailer, but he's also done some really nice forklifts, some Moffats and some Heister forklifts.
Yep.
And there's always new things coming in, that's kind of never, I like to get at least 3 or 4 new things up every week.
Show those loading docks, because boy, I saw the pictures of some of those loading docks that had been painted, and that's actually, you talk about something that, make it easy to detail, like a building like you've got there, like a Rick's kit or whatnot. Look how much that, that right there with all the, all the surrounding, the padding, the bumpers and everything else on it. It's all there. It's a great way to detail up a dock scene.
And it's just, you get 3 of them. It's super easy. It's like, I'm all into the instant industries. If you can take something and make it, generate revenue on your layout, then it becomes a location where, you can get rail cars. You can do a transload facility, rail cars on one side and these little things on the other side. There's another, if I go to objects, there's another thing here that I really love, which is our portable auger. Because that's another really interesting industry that, you can, it's, one 3D model. And all of a sudden you've got, sorry, it's alphabetical and it's endless. So there are a ridiculous number of things, as you can see here. LMNOP. Where is our portable POP? Here. I love this print because it's one 3D print. And all you really need to do is dig a hole under your tracks and you've got yourself an industry. This was based on a prototype in Ames, Iowa that Scott Thornton discovered.
Yeah. See, that's how perfect is that? I mean, again, that just makes a very simple. Yeah. There's your,
There's the prototype right there. And the prototype is using this for unloading sand or salt. I think it's salt in this location, but it's a very simple 3D print. You carve a little hole under your tracks, boom, you have an industry. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, that's very cool right there. And yeah, exactly. Just one track, you've got an industry. I have one, similar. I mean, right, and it's actually a prototype. They're bagging vaporizer ice melt right here in Plainfield, Connecticut, and I model it on my layout. And I need one of those, so that'll definitely be one of my next purchases from Mini Prints.
Well, it's fun, and I mean, like I say, I love the stuff that is kind of unique and different, and that not you're not necessarily going to find all over the market. A perfect example of that is the teddy bears right here. So I had a trucker contact me and said, "Do you do truck bears?" And I'm like, "What's a truck bear?" He says, "Oh, we put teddy bears on the front of our trucks." I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Right there. See, there's a little teddy bear on the grill.
Yep.
And so I went out and I found, went back into the sort of the storage closet, and I found my original teddy bear from when I was like 1 year old.
Oh, there you go.
There's Pooh Bear.
Did he get scanned the same way?
I scanned him. Yeah, I scanned
that's awesome.
my original teddy.
Yeah.
And he's now a truck bear. So, it's just kind of the little things like that that really, make the layout come alive and, add those little tiny details that, you might not have thought about.
Absolutely.
They just kind of make it kind of fun.
Yeah. I can hear you screaming at your radio when you listen to me and I say less is more. I can hear you yelling at me. What are you talking about? Because you love the details. And I'll tell you what, it's true. When you see stuff that's been done, Mike H.O. Trains, we mentioned him, and the scenes that he's been able to create, it's just awesome. It's that really cool detail that really draws your eye in, and you get to see all these really neat things, and you're creating these awesome items. And it's great that you were able to pick up some of this stuff that would have been kind of lost, with the shapeways falling apart. It's glad you're able to grab some of that and keep that going, because these are really cool things to be able to add to our layouts.
Well, less is more, but the world is messy. And, it's kind of funny because you look out in the world and, I spend a ridiculous amount of time, looking at, pictures of buildings or, just walking to work, through back alleys. And you'd be amazed at how much detail there is, even on the side of a building, cables, conduits, old junction boxes. I think to sort of achieve that prototypical, look, and, to get that, it's funny because your eye kind of tunes it out. But when you look at a model, and a lot of the time when I look at a model building, it just doesn't look right because you're not seeing all the clutter that's really there. Your mind tunes it out.
Yeah.
But if you start to put these little details on, even if they're so insignificant that you don't even notice them, your mind fills it in and sort of goes, oh yeah, that looks real because it's there. So I love super detailing, and I mean, don't go see George Celios's layout if you like less is more, because man,
well, I've been there. You need a lot of time, and you need a lot of you just in fact, like George's, I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
What I found with George is like, go look at it and then go walk away and then come back, like, because it just changes. Like, you get so overwhelmed. It's like it's just a lot. It's a lot of detail, but amazing stuff, and something everybody should see at least once. So
well, and it's funny because you say less is more, and it's interesting because I have that philosophy as well. But what I've realized is I have a basement layout that I'm about to pull out because my 19-year-old son wants the basement. And it's 30 feet by 10 feet. And I realized I bit off more than I can chew. I'm never going to finish it.
Yeah.
So I'm loving working on, just a 4 foot by 2
Need a
foot
shelf layout.
Yeah. And then you can super detail to your heart's content because you
exactly.
got
And in that case, it is less is more, less track, less scenery,
but more
you
detail.
can go deep on it. You can really make it, it's like Pele Soberg, in the Netherlands. It is less because it's a smaller layout, but it's more because it's perfect. It's 100% perfectly detailed.
Well, I've got one or two of your models on my layout, as you know, Bernard.
I know you've got some great pictures of them. Thank you.
Excellent. So tonight we're giving away a $50 gift certificate to Mini Prints. Bernard has been generous enough to support the ATLP operating crew, giving away that $50 gift certificate. Lots of ways, they'll buy a whole bunch of me if you want, or buy some other details and get them on your layout. And Bernard's got an awesome selection there. And then the option to have them printed. Not printed. Of course, you're going to have them printed, have them painted as well is also a really cool option for those that may not have the patience. But you also provide all those resources on your website as well, miniprints.com. You've got a couple clinics there on how to paint. If you decide to get into that, and that'll help you along the way. So
I love painting. Painting's my favorite part. And don't worry, if you mess it up, and you're not going to, but if you mess it up, I'll send you a new one, no charge. Just pay shipping. And everybody should try their hands at painting. I mean, sometimes you can't because, it's too small and you're too shaky. But if you can, don't be scared. It's so much fun.
Absolutely. All right, let's find a winner for the Mini Prints $50 gift certificate. We're going to get a spinning effect next year. That'll be the upgrade. I know you do S-scale.
I do. Everything at Mini Prints.
Mr. Ken Zeska is the S-scale guy. And
everything is available in HO, S, and O, and pretty much everything is available in N-scale. Anything that I can print is available in N-scale.
Awesome. So congratulations, Ken, on winning the $50 gift certificate from Mini Prints. Bernard, so awesome to see you here on the show. Thank you so much for supporting us. Again, head to miniprints.com and give yourself some time. You are going to go down and you're going to see a lot of awesome mini details from Bernard. Look forward to seeing you in Springfield, my friend. Until then, Merry Christmas. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you in January.
Thanks for having me on. Have a great holiday season.
You too. Take care.
Okay, we're still on time. Actually, we're we've
3
got,
minutes. What's 3 minutes? Yeah, what's 3 minutes? And we do. But the good news is we've got Ken from Train World here, and glad to connect with you. Got you the link. Sorry I missed you in the email, but we got you, and we got you on the show, and have you live and in person coming to us from Long Island, right?
That's right. And thank you both, Ray, Paul, for having me on tonight. Really a pleasure.
Oh, it's great to have you here. I'm glad because you probably got a little busy. You got an event going on tomorrow, so I'm sure you've been ramping up for that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your National Lionel Train Day?
Yes, well, this is actually a Lionel event that they made for every hobby dealer. So there's a whole list of participating dealers, but at Trainland, we do have a great event for National Lionel Train Day. They do specific boxcars for National Lionel Train Day. It's the first Saturday of every December. And we also do raffles and sales promotions. So definitely stop by a participating hobby dealer. And it's a great time. Lionel really does a great event with this, and it really promotes the hobby in general. And that's what it's all about, promoting the hobby, getting people into trains. So it's a great day for the family and a lot of fun activities.
Awesome stuff. And I'm sure you've been busy with the holiday season, and it just seems like, especially with, some of the larger scale trains, probably a little more popular to get them around the tree this time of year.
Yes, so during Christmas time, O scale is king. Lionel is top of the world. Everybody wants that Lionel train set around the tree, but also G scale. G scale is really big. LGB and Pico make great trains that go around the tree. So it's really Christmas tree season. Everybody puts up their Christmas tree after Thanksgiving. The turkeys are out, the trees are in, and then comes the trains.
That's right. And I know my tree went up right after Thanksgiving, and I think I was still sleeping on the tryptophan, and I woke up and the Christmas tree was up. So yeah, it is that time of year, and awesome stuff. And I've been to Train World on Long Island. It's a great place to stop by and see all of this stuff. Obviously infamous for your appearance some time ago on The Sopranos, and so you get to see where Bobby Bacala got capped at Train World, and so you get to see that little bit of TV history. Plus, you get to see all the trains and everything else that's going on there at Train World. That's
right. We even have the chalk outline, right?
Is that right? I must have missed the chalk out. That is awesome. Yeah. You guys are having a lot of fun with that. And but then if you can't make it out to Long Island, of course, it's Train World and Trainland, the trainworld.com. You can check out your website, and you've got all your offerings there as well.
Yes, so we ship all over the world, trainworld.com, and right now we're shipping out lots of trains, lots of presents. We have a lot of great deals, cyber deals going on. So whatever scale you're in, HO, N scale, O scale, G scale, S, Z scale, we sell it all.
Now you've got the entire model railroading planet covered. Maybe that's why you call it Train World, because you got the whole thing covered. So awesome stuff out of you, Ken. And you're another face that I'm likely going to be seeing at Amherst. Am I right?
Yes, always. That it's amazing, that show. The best show in the world. It's really fantastic for American trains, and just tons of action. People, you lose your voice by the end of day one. Not even day two.
Yeah, and I think you were also in the Better Living Center last year. I think you'll be back in the Better Living Center, I'm sure. And you had a great spot, and I stopped by and talked to you for a bit, and it was good to see you. I was probably losing my voice too, because but it's great. You get to see so many people, and it's such a great opportunity to get together, and right in the midst of what I call model railroading season, and be able to share great camaraderie. So always good to see folks like you there. So we're going to draw a winner tonight. You are giving away a $50 store credit for Train World. That'll get the folks started on their next model railroading purchase, which will be from Train World or Trainland. So we'll draw a winner for that right now. And Michael Pringle, congratulations.
All right.
You're the winner for that $50 store credit.
Congrats, Mike.
If I could write faster, I'd get back to talking on the microphone. So congratulations, Mike. And thank you for being a member of the operating crew, and enjoy that $50 store credit. We'll reach out to you to get that to you. And Ken, thank you so much for the support that you show to Around the Layout podcast and the operating crew by providing that $50 gift, that store credit. And I am so looking forward to seeing you in Springfield in late January.
Thank you guys. You guys do a great job promoting the hobby, the industry. Great job on the stream. And as always, thank you for everything. And thank you for the opportunity to have me on tonight. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. Happy holidays to all of you.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Take care.
Guys. Bye now.
Great place. There's another. You're going to have a long agenda here in the U.S. here, Paul, when you come over, because we're going to have to.
I'll be over there for a few weeks. That's for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. So let's do that. A little housekeeping here. And our next guest, unfortunately, couldn't join us tonight. Our next item. So just give me one moment. I will pull that up. We're gonna go small. We're gonna go real small, Paul. We're going super small here. So we've covered. I guess we've covered a lot of good, because now we've got Train World. They've come in and they've they've got HON, they got OG scale, all the big stuff. We're gonna go super small. We're gonna cover all of it by adding Z scale to this.
Let's go. Z. I say Z.
Z is a Z. Z.
I say Z, but that could be a Australian thing.
Okay, well, the Z or Z scale comes to us from Z-Track magazine, and Rob Clues that joined us. That was a while ago on the What's Happening show with Tony Cook, and was really awesome to have him on the show. And he talked everything Z scale, and I was just blown away by the technology that's going into these super small models, but the detail is there. I mean, as things get tighter and tighter, but the things they can do in Z scale, what an awesome little scale. Whether you want to have trains running, you don't need you want to talk about not needing a big spot at all. You can do it in super
Imagine
small
a shelf layout
area.
in Z scale.
Yeah, you're gonna have a small shelf layout, and it's awesome stuff. So the fine folks at Z-Track magazine and Rob Clues has provided us with a starter set. So I'm going to read the email that he sent to us, and he says that he was sorry that he was unable to make it tonight, but he's happy to provide this set. It is let's get the slide up there. It's an Alco, Paul.
Oh, well, you can't go wrong there. Look at that.
Yeah, so this is a starter set, a Z-Scale starter set. It comes with an AZL UP RS2, an AZL 2-bay hopper, an AZL PFE reefer, an AZL PS2 covered hopper, an oval of, what did he say, Rokuhan? I think it was Rokuhan track, Rokuhan controller, and a subscription to Z-Track magazine. The MSRP on all of this is just over $400. An amazing set, an amazing contribution from Rob Clues at Z-Track magazine. And I'll tell you what, I don't care what scale you're in. If you, imagine how awesome this would be if you got like a home office, or even if you have an office like at your company, and you could throw a small shelf up and have a little, just so many cool opportunities with this Z scale set to get into Z scale. And if you got a small apartment and you're saying, oh man, I'd love to get into model railroading, here's a great way to start. You don't need a whole lot of room. You can get at least some trains up and running and make a great novelty, make a great little operation, get whatever you want to do. Awesome stuff. Z scale, very amazing scale. And just absolutely amazed by the support that we get from Z-Track magazine and Rob Clues. We thank you so much for supporting the Around Layup podcast group. So we are going to pick a winner for this set. So here we go. I would say, Chris, you are now the winner of this Z-Scale set. Congratulations. I know you were in the chat here somewhere. This is now your set. So congratulations, Chris. And look forward to seeing what you do with this awesome Z-Scale set.
Okay, excellent. We're making good progress, Ray.
Awesome. We're 2 hours 47 minutes into this. We're chugging right along, but awesome that we're able to give so many awesome prizes away, and we still got a few more left here. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Going to be back in 2 minutes, Ray. I want to pick something up to show everyone, so I'll be back shortly.
Paul's taking his coffee break. Go ahead and take that break there, Paul. You've been working
Right, Paul.
hard.
No worries.
And while Paul's away, we'll take a look and see some of the comments that folks have been talking about the Z-scale stuff. Joey was saying this would make a great suitcase layout to take with you anywhere. Absolutely. And then I'm thinking about what it would take to repaint the NS2. You'd have to have a lot of patience there. But maybe you're drilled in enough with N scale. Maybe Z will be a good challenge for you. Yeah, it'd be great. Jonathan Turner, be great for an apartment or dorm. Absolutely. And yes, you are a winner, my friend. So congratulations. Love to see what you're going to do with that Z scale set. Robert and all these folks are all wishing you congratulations. And let's take a look and I'll head back. He was talking 1810 Designs, talking about a coffee table layout. Yeah, that would definitely work. And Ditch Light Productions saying you could have a whole yard with a 2x6 layout. You sure could. You can do a whole lot with that Z scale stuff. That's pretty amazing. So glad all you folks have joined us tonight. We've been going again 2 hours, 49 minutes. We've had quite a few people here in the group with us, still hanging in there, watching the folks in the operating crew win all these prizes. We've got over $3,000 worth of stuff that we've been giving away, and we're almost to the end. We've got a couple more things to give away, and then at the end, we're going to open it up to everybody who's still with us at the end for a giveaway. So just hang tight for that. In the interim, we're going to move on to the model train resource thing so we can keep this going. And then when Paul gets back, we'll see what he had to share with us. Sorry, I got to take that comment down. There we go. And let's take a look. So our friend Tony Cook could not be with us tonight. He is traveling, I believe, somewhere between Texas and Missouri. But he wanted to send along his holiday wishes to everyone and wanted to also provide us with a couple prizes from White River Productions and Model Train Resource. I have to say, if Tony was here, I would tell him Tony is one of the blessings that's happened to this podcast, being able to work with him. I call him the encyclopedia of model railroading. But he has been a true friend and certainly a absolute great person to work with, consummate professional. The banter you hear him and I on the What's Happening shows is not scripted. We just he knows how to do chat. He knows how to keep things going in a show. It's just an absolute blessing to be able to work with him. And I'm thankful every time we get to do a What's Happening show or a special. And he's brought a lot of these folks to the table. He knows a lot of people in this hobby. So when you look at all these amazing prizes, think about Tony Cook and the connections that he's been able to get for this podcast as well. So he is to thank for a lot of the awesome relationships we've been able to build. So again, thank you, Tony. So Tony has provided 2 prizes here tonight. He has provided a copy of the 2024 HO collector. That's the annual. A lot of cool stuff. If you want to go back down in time and see some of the really cool HO stuff from the past, this is a great issue to pick up and have. Tony obviously has a passion for Tyco, and I know there's a lot of stuff in there that covers Tyco and a walk back in time. And then also we talked about wall calendars, the 2025 World of Railroading calendar from White River Productions. So we'll pick 2 winners for this tonight, and we'll spin the wheel. And then Paul will get to what you were grabbing just as soon as we grab the winners for this. So let's spin for a winner for the HO Collector Annual. That's going to Andy Spencer. Congratulations, Andy, for winning that copy of HO Collector Annual. And we'll spin one more time for the World of Railroading calendar from White River Productions. That's going to Nicholas. I want to say Zabawar. I hope I got that right. If I mispronounced your name, I apologize, but it doesn't change the fact that you are a winner tonight of that calendar, and we will be getting those out to you. So congratulations, Nicholas. Congratulations, Andy. And we'll bring Paul back. Go ahead, Paul.
Just amazing how many prizes that we've given away tonight. Like, you know, I think it's unprecedented, and we're just so lucky to have so many manufacturers donating for the cause, and I just think it's fantastic. We're getting close to the end, so Rob Arsenault, Weather My Trains, is our next.
Yep, at 10:05. So we are way ahead of schedule.
We're pretty early. Yes, we are.
Yeah. So yep.
Okay.
So we've just got a few minutes, and as soon as Rob pops in, we'll bring him on screen. I'll just double check my email, make sure that he's not also looking for the link. Does not look like he has emailed yet, so hopefully we'll see him here in a short few minutes. Looking forward to talking to our good friend Rob, who's also making the trip out to Amherst this year. So it'll be great to see him there. So the only ones that are going to be missing are you and Tony Cook. So we got to fix that. So
I know. I will get out there one year. I guess the only worry is the weather conditions, right? That time of year. Is that they can get rather...
I'll get you through the snow. You just
get me through.
You get to the US and I will get you through the snow.
Okay.
We'll jump in the 4-wheel drive. It'll freak you out because the wheel's on the wrong side.
Yeah, no.
You'll have to get used to that part. You'll have to sit. You'll be thinking you're driving, but you'll be sitting on the other side, and we'll get through all the snow. So
exactly,
awesome
that's very true. Oh, there's Rob. He
says he's coming, so that's great.
Coming.
So that's less filler that you and I have to do. So that is
exactly. Well, what I wanted to show was one of my favorite locomotives, which happens to be a Rapido RS18, but it was weathered by Rob, and it's just amazing. And it's interesting. I do my own weathering for my locos, but I wanted to get one from Rob to be a benchmark for me to improve. I'll see if I can get it. Yeah, it's probably about this. It's been converted to a river belt, but the detail, you see the red bleed through that because it was originally a CP.
Yeah.
And we modified it, and then it has the river belt logo on it. But you can see that the detail of the weathering, and it's just a amazing locomotive that I bought a second one, and Rob's currently got it and is weathering that one as well.
Awesome.
So waiting on the Canadian mail strike to end before Rob even looks at sending it out to me. But it's good. I think all those who weather, and I do weather a lot of stuff, but I learned a lot just by having Rob do one locomotive for me. Helped me benchmark, the way he did the trucks and the fuel tank and some of the other parts. It's just amazing work. And you always see Rob posting. I don't know where he gets the time because he does a lot of rolling stock, and and the level of detail, as I said, is just worth it. So I know quite a few of my friends use Rob as well for weathering, and I'm looking forward to having a second unit. It's another RS18, and then I'll have a pair that'll be switching on the layout.
Absolutely. And yeah, John Parker saying always impressed with Rob's work. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And boy, yeah, to be able to be a fly on the wall and just watch Rob work, it'd be absolutely amazing. And definitely got to get one of your locals up to him to set a benchmark. If anybody's going to be, if any of you folks are going to be at the Hub Show tomorrow, the one he weathered for me that's over my shoulder there will be on display on the diorama. So I'll be if you want to get a closer look at a locomotive and a coal car that he weathered, they'll be set up on that diorama, and just beautiful work. And Yeah, Rob's a great guy. Does phenomenal artistic, and then you see his paintings. I mean, just amazing stuff he does there too. So he's just an all around, just an amazing artist.
And I think one of the things about weathering is it's the art of being inconsistent. So if you weather one way, you need to have more than one methodology, because you don't want them all looking the same.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes good to swap cars with other people who do weathering and have them weather a couple of your cars, so that you don't have consistent type of weathering. And it's when you have a go on, Ray.
No, I just wanted to make a comment. Dennis put up this comment, about Rob and his techniques. Well, we did interview Rob, and he does talk about some of those techniques. Go back and if you go to aroundthelayout.com and up at the top right corner, hit the search bar and type in Rob Arsenault, you'll find that episode, and he talks a bit about that. And if you haven't yet, pick up the book Scenic and Weathering Techniques, that was compiled by Scott Thornton. And that was absolutely amazing book. And he talks a lot about paint in that, which I just absolutely love to hear his theories. And, I'll go to a store and I'll message him. I'm like, should I get this or should I get, it's like, he's been a huge help, and he's not one of those guys. And I love that part about him. There's some guys that figure something out and then they think that it's like the world's biggest secret and they can't share it with everybody. And they kind of like tuck it under the. He doesn't. He does it for a living, but he will also answer your questions too. He's really good at that. So
if you go to his site, I think you saw, Ray, the bridge he recently did.
Yeah,
the brass steel bridges, just incredible. Yeah. The weathering that he's done on them. That's probably why I've had to wait for my locomotive, because he's been pretty busy doing the bridge.
We'll also answer your questions too. He's really. We're hearing ourselves again, so he must have us in a loop or something.
Right, the bridge he recently did.
Yeah. Wow, we sound pretty good, Paul.
Yeah. Incredible the weathering that he's done on them. That's probably why I've had to wait for my locomotive.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we can also hear ourselves in a loop. So I think you got us on maybe on another screen or something. Maybe you shut it off.
That's the problem. How's that?
That's much better.
Fine, that's fine.
I mean, we like listening to ourselves.
I was watching on my phone, and I went to log in, and I got the 6-digit verification code sent to my wife's phone from GoDaddy. So yeah, a little bit of a panic, but I made it.
I've been showing the RS18, Rob, the one that you did for me previously, and the one you've got at the moment.
Right on. How are you guys doing?
We're doing awesome.
Doing
well. We're slugging away into hour 3 now of our giveaway.
The last hour or so, just sort of watching what's going on, watching what people are winning.
Yeah, so you're like the EOT here. You're bringing up the end of a marathon night where we've given away over $3,000 worth of prizes to the members of the operating crew. It's been an absolute blast, and it's great to finish it up with you, because we were just sharing our admiration for you and your work and your outlook and mentality about the whole thing. And we talked about, we recorded a show a while back where I had you on. We talked about weathering and some of your techniques and theories. And I told folks, go back. Nothing that episode is not aged one bit. It's still relevant. Go back and listen to it. It's a great listen when it comes to talking about weathering and some of the things that your philosophies. And then I told him, if you want to see one in person, I'll have one up in Marlboro. And then you're coming to Amherst.
I am. I don't think I've ever been this excited for January to come in my entire life. We've already had minus 20 Celsius here last week. So
I was just going to say, do not bring that Edmonton weather with you. Make sure you open the suitcase at the airport and let all that air out before you come over.
We had a couple of feet down, but luckily last couple of days it's been above freezing. So there's been a lot of melt. So now we have slush. And another week or so we'll be back in the deep freeze, and we'll have ice ruts. It'll be rotten, but tickets are bought right now. We have a party of 3 going down. So we're going to fly to Newark, New Jersey, and take the Amtrak train down to Springfield on Thursday, and then get our sea legs on Friday, and be on the bus waiting in line for the show on Saturday. We're very excited.
Awesome stuff. Going to be great to have you here in New England and at the Amherst show, and then over at the Around the Layout podcast booth. We've set a time, and we'll talk about more about that when we get closer to the show and promote that. But we're gonna have you there, and I'm gonna have my weathered locomotive and cars on display as well. But opportunity folks to meet you in person and talk weathering and a whole bunch of stuff. So it'll be great to have you there and get to meet you in person. So. Looking forward to that.
Really looking forward to it. And Ray, your locomotive is in the queue. You're only a couple of days out at this point.
You're talking about Paul. Yeah, Paul's locomotive.
Mine.
Yeah. Paul was supposed to buy me I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to get him one. But
it's the box is in the basement. So that's a good step.
Okay. So
there you go. It's getting closer.
Very close.
Nice.
Well, I expect to see photos in my messenger one morning when I wake up.
Yeah, that's right. And while you were sleeping, Rob was knocking out your weathering. It'll happen while you're sleeping, Paul.
I would say within a couple of days you're gonna have some photographs.
No problem.
Don't worry.
That's fine.
Awesome.
No
He's
worries.
looking forward to that. He's been chomping at the bit. Can't wait to see it. So, and I mean, when we see updates like the stuff that you put up on the web, and we see pictures coming through, of course we're all excited. We talked about the bridge that you weathered, and then we see these freight cars that you do, and it gets anybody excited to see what you're going to do for them next.
Well, when I opened the box, I was somewhat surprised to see that it wasn't actually painted yet. So it was a paint and weathering job. So I said to the guy, I don't know what this is going to cost, but it's going to be a lot. He said, go for it. So he's happy. He's got him back home now. He's very happy. They're back home in Calgary, and he bought 2 more bridges, but they're smaller, thank goodness. Some people have actually come to me looking for quotes for their own bridges since I posted that. So that was a little bit unexpected on my part. But right now I'm up to my eyeballs in potash cars. I have about 70 to do.
Wow,
and,
70.
And I've got a couple of guys that have each bought 24, and right now they've unloaded the 5431s, the new grain hoppers from Pacific Western. So I've got a bunch of those coming for myself, but some other people are buying them and then drop shipping them here. So it's going to be cuckoo. Yeah, looking forward to it in January for sure, to meet you guys. We're pretty excited. And the 2 guys that are going with me.
Rob, is that people can either send you what they want weathered, or they can purchase from Spring Creek and have it sent to you, or can purchase from you. There's 3.
Yeah, they can. Well, Spring Creek has shipped several models to me. Even some people buy from Lombard Hobbies, Train World, Otter Valley Railroad, OVRtrains.com, Credit Valley Railway, CVRCO.ca, I think it is. And of course, me as well. If I've got spares, if it's after the order deadline, sometimes I'll have some spares. I bought some spares, scale trains, C6Ms, not many, but a couple. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, pretty excited to see those. And I understand Scale Trains is making an announcement at Springfield, so it's going to be really neat to see that in person this year instead of watching a Facebook Live event. To actually be there at the table when they do it, that's going to be wild.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, be able to get to see all of that, and 4 buildings. You're going to have one heck of a weekend, and being able to see everybody and meet and shake hands, and I'm excited for you. And I'm only 45, 50 minutes away from the place, and for you to travel, across the continent. Yeah,
wanting to go there for 20 years.
Yeah,
so we're doing it.
I'm glad you're going to get there. And you were saying, we'll do something at our booth as well, and kind of meet and greet with Rob and be able to talk to him, and we'll get all that information out for you folks. But until then, I mean, these updates that you keep putting up there, just amazing. Love to see this stuff. So tell us what you're giving away tonight, Rob.
Tonight I'm giving away, well, it's maybe a surprise to you, not 1, but 2 medium weathering jobs, 2 different draws. If we have time. Yeah, one isn't enough. Let's give away a couple to 2 different people. And
awesome.
Basically, regardless of scale, I'll give you a medium weathering job on a diesel locomotive or equivalent. So, don't worry if you have a steam engine and you want to get that done, I'll still do it. It doesn't matter. Just a medium locomotive weathering job, any scale. Put it that way.
And when we talk medium, we got a picture of this CSX locomotive. That's a medium weathering job, right? We're talking
Sure.
about that level.
Yeah, and we could go a little heavier than that.
Okay.
We don't, I'm not going to be too fussy about it. At the end of the day, we're just
to give you an idea,
we're
this
just
is,
trying to promote,
which is great. Yeah.
And I'm just trying to promote the brand with your viewing audience and hopefully get some weathering on someone's layout where I haven't had them as a customer before. So
awesome.
Just a little bit more exposure for me, and hopefully we'll make somebody happy with some weathering.
I'll be happy to win.
Well, wouldn't that be timely?
Wouldn't it? What?
All right, so here we go. We're gonna draw our two winners here for this. We'll start with our first one, medium weathering from Weather My Trains. You can check out their website, weathermytrains.com.
I'll bring that up.
And here we go. Here comes the winner. All right, Steve Model Realism is the winner of the first weathering.
That's interesting. I think he's commented on some of my work in the past.
All right. Well, guess what? He's firsthand. He's gonna figure out what your work's about. So that's awesome. Congratulations, Steve. Let's get the crowd. The crowd's going wild for Steve and him winning a weathering job. So congratulations, Steve. And then let's spin it one more time. And that's Dan. I would say that's Beresford. Dan. Thank you, Paul. See, I'm terrible. That's why I got to have all my guests say their names at least 3 times. So congratulations, Dan, for winning the medium weathering job again from weathermytrains.com. Awesome stuff. I'm jealous. I know I've got locomotives. I may have to stuff them in Rob's suitcase before he leaves.
Oh, we're traveling light on this one. No check bag.
There you go. Good for you. So we'll figure out a way. Maybe you'll be checking a bag on the way back. Have to stop at a.
You never know. I'm going to try and behave myself, but you never know.
Try is a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see if it comes out in execution. So.
For sure.
Awesome stuff. It's so good to see you again. It's been a while since you and I've talked in person or even virtually, and now we're going to get to meet in person. So I'm looking forward to late January and your trip out to New England. So
we are excited. I'm bringing along my friend Graham Wood, who's the former manager of Motive Power for Canadian National Railway, and nice. Norman Skretting, who did 20 years as a dispatcher, and he retired as a chief dispatcher for Canadian National Railway. So
awesome.
Lots of train talk, and they love talking about trains. It's going to be a wonderful trip.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun for you, and you're going to be get a full dosage of prototype and model railroading all in one weekend. So congratulations to you, and look forward again to seeing you in Springfield.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for your support of the podcast.
I'll be hearing from you.
Happy holidays.
See ya.
Yeah.
Whoops, I cut him a little bit off there, but thanks, Rob. Thanks for being with us here tonight, and really awesome to have him a part of it. And his awesome support, and of course that locomotive that's over my shoulder. It's a Scale Trains locomotive, but that was weathered by Weather My Trains. And when I got that thing, it was just jaw dropping how awesome the weathering was on it. And now Steve Model Realism and Dan, you're both going to get that same treatment, and you wait till you send it out, wait till you get it back. It's going to be an absolute mind blower. You're going to love it. So congratulations to you two. Congratulations to all our winners from the operating crew tonight. And if you were sitting there going, I should have signed up. Well, you know what? Sign up aroundthelayout.com/crew. $3 a month gets you a winning every month. We've given away so many awesome prizes, not only tonight, but all year. Given away locomotives, we've given away kits, we've given away rolling stock, we've given just amazing amount of stuff that we're able to give away every month to the operating crew for $3 a month. It's worth it. And then of course you get the sticker, you get the access to show up, show previews, you get the access to the chat. You get it just for $3. And the really cool part is the awesome support. It keeps the podcast free of irrelevant commercials. You don't have to listen about car insurance or mesothelioma lawyers or whatever other nonsense is on other podcasts. You don't have to worry about that because folks, 153 of them right now that are helping support Around the Layout podcast. So thank you so much. Now more than ever, it is such a huge help to me, my family, and everybody else here at Around the Layout podcast to have that financial support. So thank you so much. We're going to do a giveaway. Our last giveaway is going to be wide open. It's going to be wide open to every person who's still listening, who's taken the nearly 3 hour, 15-minute ride with us tonight to give away all of these prizes. We're going to give that away to them. So what we're going to do something out of the ATLP shop. We're going to give away a hoodie and we're going to give away a t-shirt. This is coming to us from us at Around the Layout podcast. We'll give away the hoodie and we'll give away the t-shirt. We'll pick 2 winners. I think I can do that with the Around the Layout. I'm sorry, with the giveaway tool. Let me just make sure that I can remember how to work this. If not, we got to call up Andy. So
yeah, Andy does it.
Yeah, Andy does it very well. So we're going to put in and make sure you get it right. So this is a good time to learn our yeah, there we go. So we're going to start collecting. You're going to type in hashtag ATLP. Put that in the comments. Hashtag ATLP.
Oh, I did it as ATLP.
Yep. There you go. So hopefully it'll on the Layout podcast. Yep. So ATLP. That is the way we do our initials around here. ATL is Atlanta. ATLP is Around the Layout podcast. So quickly get those in there. Hashtag ATLP. And we'll just give it a few minutes here. We'll get everybody a chance to win, and then we will go over and select a winner. So I saw, right now we've got 54 folks, I believe, watching us live right now. I saw it up to somewhere around 70 at one point. So very awesome to have you folks staying with us and hanging out with us. We typically don't do these lives, and we certainly never go this long, but it was really cool. It's humbling to get this much support from all of these vendors. And while you were away, we were talking about how this all happens, with the what's happening in model railroading shows and the connections that Tony Cook has been able to provide to the podcast and the relationships that help develop it. So make sure you get that in there. Paul, you've got HTTPS in there, Paul Stamp. So make sure you correct that and get ATLP because it won't pick it up if you, that's how Armstrong trying to spell ATLP. So hashtag ATLP Around the Layout podcast. Again, Paul, make sure you get that in there because right now you got HTTPS. So make sure you get that in there. So I want to see you have a chance to win. So we'll just give it just a few more minutes, give everybody a chance to get ATLP in the chat.
And we did smack on time, you believe it? To the minute.
To the minute. We are doing so good. I think we should only keep it to once a year though, Paul.
Oh yeah, it's pretty long.
Yeah, it's a pretty long, and you were eating up your day, and I gotta pack the van up and
get ready to go in the morning.
Okay, Paul said that's a joke, and they should be in already. Good. We are going to go over to the giveaway tool, and we are going to draw 33 entries for the shirt ATLP. Let's see. We're gonna do. This is going to be. Is this? Tell me if you start seeing the drawing. Do you see it moving? No. See. All right. The giveaway tool. Share this tab instead. How about that?
Yep.
Ha! Rob Arsenault, Weather My Trains, is the winner of the. Let's see. Add to stage. There we go. I should have done that. We're going to redraw it, and I'm not going to pick on Rob. I'll give him a shirt, but we're going to draw a new winner for this. Is going to be for the hoodie. Now that I got this thing up and running, right? I think. Let me see. Stop sharing. There's my problem. Give me 1 second. It's because I got too many things being shared all at the same time.
Yeah.
Giveaway tool. No, I don't want to do it like that. Where did the
Andy, if you're still there,
There
what's
it
your
is.
longest show? Because we're at 3 hours 17 now.
All right, here we go. I think we can hit present, share screen, window, giveaway tool. There we go. Now we're going to hit draw again. Here we go. Again, this is for the hoodie. Gary Rumming. Awesome. Gary, congratulations. You're going to get the hoodie. We'll get that sent to you. And then this will be for the ATLP t-shirt. We're going to hit draw again. Josh Clements is going to get the t-shirt. Josh, congratulations. If you guys are seeing this,
yeah,
you can go ahead and send me your sizes so that I can ship these out to you. So just tell me what size shirt you wear, and I will be more than happy to get that right out to you. Thank you to both of you for and everybody who joined us and spent time with Paul and I and all our guests tonight who support Around the Layout podcast through these operating crew. $3,000 worth of stuff in 3 hours. That was a lot of fun, Paul.
Absolutely. It was great. It was great to have everybody with us. And as someone said earlier, Ray, there's no editing.
No, I don't have to edit. I can hang the headset up but I got editing to do. I got a show to put out for Tuesday for you. I got a rewind for Monday. So we'll be doing some editing over the weekend in between some train show stuff. So if you happen to be in the New England area and you're going to the Hub Show this weekend, stop by and see Joe Mame and I. Be glad to shake your hand and talk trains with you. But until the next time we all get together, everybody, happy holidays. Enjoy.
Have
be
a great
safe.
Christmas, everyone.
Yep. Everybody take care.
Be safe.
Paul, you be good. We'll take care.
Okay.
Have a good
Talk
night.
soon.